Oh no! Keith Lee! Oh, a double team! Come on, PJ. Forrest, one. Oh, PJ fell out. 2, 3 strikes. Should I get up, PJ? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is Uneducated Sports Talk. Stay smart, stay uneducated.
Welcome all sports fans and everyone across the nation. This is Tuesdays with TJ, episode number 42. I am your host, Carlos Clayton, live, my beautiful co-host, PJ, Miss Phyllis Jr. in the building, and of course, our main man of the evening, Mr. TJ Tracy. What's up, brother?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you today? I hope you're having a great one.
I'm excited, man. I can't wait for this podcast right here, y'all. If you don't know, we're gonna go ahead and predict, me and TJ, we'll have our predictions of every NFL team's record for the 2024-25 NFL season. So let's rock and roll.
We're in
First,
for a long one.
yeah, yeah. Hopefully not too long. We learned our lesson a few times, but nonetheless, though, before we get started, y'all, please hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you are loving what you're seeing and what you're hearing. This is our podcast, the NFL podcast, Tuesdays with TJ. We're going to break down every record, every team's record prediction for the 24-25 season. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and welcome to Tuesdays with TJ, presented by Uneducated Sports Talk. Yeah, we got a good one, man. I cannot wait to do the
Yeah.
stream. You know how it goes. It's gonna be hopefully no more than 2 hours, y'all. But stay with us, man. Stay with us.
Oh,
No more than
no
two
more than
hours.
2 hours.
No
Let's
more.
have a look.
No more.
Add a stopwatch.
No more. No more than an hour 45 minutes. How about that?
Right,
Look, there's 32 teams. There's 8 divisions, right? So I mean, famous last words. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right?
What's the worst could happen? We are now going to break your record for the longest stream.
No, nothing will top the 6 hour and some change I did for Seattle versus Houston in the AL. Was it American League wild card game? It went 18 innings,
Oh,
18 long innings, but it was a great game. It was only a 2-1 game.
ouch.
The final score was 1-0. I apologize. It was 1-0.
1-0.
18 innings,
18 innings
one
for
run,
1-0.
1-0. That's it.
Oh, that's just horrible.
Yo, so once again, y'all, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and come join the UST family where you see Tuesday with TJ, and of course our live commentary and play reaction of all time. Yeah, we got all that rocking and rolling, man. So thank y'all for showing love and support, man. We got some folks in the building already, y'all.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and shout them out. We got Generic Ball Man. So hope all are well. What up, Carlos, TJ, and PJ? Peter said, "What's up,
Hello,
GBM?"
hello.
I got my main man, Dolph 17. Keep It Real Who That Sports Podcast and the Come On In Sports Network. That's right, you guys. Don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow, Wednesday night, for the Come On In Sports Network for our As the NFL Turns podcast. We'll break down all of the AFC. Our records for that. So check us out Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man, Dolph 17 and Coach Rock. Subscribe to the Keep It Real With That Sports Podcast. And, of course, subscribe to the Come On In Sports Network. Come on in. Let's get it, man. So,
Yeah, doing great things. So,
Yeah.
support
Yeah.
everyone.
and TJ has just been a part of it as well. So, yeah, we're very happy to have TJ. We are multi-streaming also. So not only are we live on YouTube, but also on Facebook. So come check us out on both platforms. Thank y'all for showing love. Peter said, "What's up, dog?" So I'm doing well, chilling, about to prove all these guys wrong. Okay, gonna prove us wrong. We'll find out.
I'm very curious about PJ's predictions. See how they line up.
She said Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
You know she's all Chiefs right now. She's all Chiefs. Well,
of
we'll
course.
see. We'll see what happens. They might get humbled. You never know. You never know. All right, y'all. Enough of that chipper chapper, y'all. If you're new to the channel, man, rep your team. Even if you're not new, rep your team. I want to hear who is your NFL squad. Let us know in the chat. And also, hit the poll up, y'all. We have our poll question. How many wins do you see your team having? We've got, 0 to 5, 6 to 9, 10 to 14, and 15 to 17. I don't know why I forgot. But anyways, how many wins do you think your team will get? Please let us know in the chat and hit that poll question as well, y'all. So once again, thank y'all for showing love. We're at 12 likes already. There is no like goal for this, but keep those likes rocking and rolling, y'all. Represent your team. Let's get it, man. All right.
I'm be shocked if you do put 15 to 17. Please put in the chat why you think 15-17.
Yeah,
because,
so I did say let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
Why? That's right.
yeah, because what? The
You wanna know.
Dolphins and Patriots. Yeah. You expected that kind of season?
Yeah. We want to know. So whatever answer you chose in the poll question, please let us know why in the comment section. Please let us know why because we just curious.
Yeah,
You know?
very curious.
Yep. So let's go, man. Let's get our background together now. All right, and we have our first team of the evening, our first division. Y'all, we are going to start off with the AFC East. That is right. The AFC East is above us right now. So every record to the left on my side is me. Every record to the right on TJ's side is his record for our teams. So let's get it, man. I'm going to go first.
Of
Uh,
course.
or we can go together, matter of fact. It doesn't matter.
No, it's your stream. You go first.
Yeah. So I've got the New York Jets as the top seed in the AFC winning the division with a record of 12-5. We got the Buffalo Bills at 10-7, the Miami Dolphins at 9-8, and I have the New England Patriots at 4-13. So
Ooh.
my talk about this is I'm loving what I'm feeling about the Jets. See, last year, kind of the same team, right, with Aaron
Hmm.
Rodgers, but I didn't have a good feeling about them. I said 9-8 or something like that. And this year though, I really feel like that defense is ready. Aaron Rodgers, if healthy, that's a big if. I think he's going to dominate. And the pieces they add now, Hassan Reddick is another story. Will he play? Will he not play? We don't know. But the pieces they add and just the feeling about the Jets, and with every team in the division, I believe, kind of going down a lot of Bills, pretty much. I think the Jets take over for like a 1 or 2 year period. Give me Jets at 12-5. As far so I let you go with yours now. We'll talk it tier by tier.
But here, so yeah, I agree. I think the Jets are gonna take home the AFC East for the first time in a very long time. I think it was what, early 2010? No,
Something like that.
no, possibly. I don't know. The 1 year Brady was injured, possibly. Um, but yeah, they've got the offense is like still the offense is really good, except that QB situation. And they had Zach Wilson, fortunately, again all last year, but there was still the talks of them potentially making the playoffs. And
Right.
now, hopefully, Aaron Rodgers' Achilles can hold together more than 4 snaps. And if he does, that is just the level of play is astronomically different. Their defense is still really good. I know they've technically lost Huff, who had 10 sacks last year. And if Hassan Reddick ever plays for the Jets, or is he willing to lose his entire paycheck? I don't know. Could be interesting if he does. I don't think he will. I think that's burnt Bruce Bridges. But so I still think their defense is really good. Saleh being a defensive-minded head coach, fantastic. Hackett and Rodgers can finally actually work together. The sky's the limit for the Jets. It's
Yeah.
just how healthy is Rodgers and help Rodgers to come back from some nasty injuries.
Yep.
And can he survive a whole season? I think he can. But
We agree
if
at
it doesn't,
12-5 for the Jets. So now we're starting to get into a little disagreement now with the second tier teams. I've got the Bills 10-7. And
yes.
you've got the Dolphins 11-6. What? Obviously, Dolphins playoffs is 11 wins. What do you like about the Dolphins
Yeah.
over the Bills?
Over the Bills,
Because you got the Bills 7-10.
I do have the Bills 7-10, and that might be a bit low, but their defense was a problem last year. And their defense got gutted. It got gutted. And I know they still have Josh Allen, but he lost Diggs, he lost Gabe Davis. The Bills are a shell of what they formerly were. Hopefully, with their new additions, Kincaid keeps going the way he's going. They can still keep rising. It is Kincaid, isn't it, on the
Yeah,
Bills?
Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid. But the Dolphins did lose enough players, but they still have their quarterbacks with these top targets. They've got Raheem Moses still. They've got A-Chain. Hopefully coming off injury. The O-line should be better. Their defense, they lost their main D tackles and was their D coordinator. But apparently a lot of their players didn't like Fangio. So they played a bit better at the end of the season than what they did midway. Right? Even though they'd scored 70 on Denver, they still allowed Denver to score 30. But yeah, no, I still think that the combination of Tua, A-Chain, Hill, Waddle, like that, I think is better. I know Josh Allen is better than Tua. I don't think that's an argument, but it's going to be the situation where it's just Josh Allen. Can Josh Allen do it himself with no help compared to Tua with a lot of help? And I don't think he can. I don't think he can. I know that might be blasphemy.
We got the beautiful Christian Ruder says, good afternoon, fellas. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Share the stream and join the best UST nation ever. Thank you, Christian Ann. She said, what's up, CR? And we got Megan. Aussie 12 is in the building. Says Seattle to take NFC West at Uneducated Sports Talk. What is up, Megan? Long time no see. How's Paul, Allen Bear? How's Blitz? How's everyone doing? How are y'all doing? And we got a $5 super chat bomb too from Megan. It says, greetings, boys. Seahawks to take the NFC West and go at least 10 wins. Fight me on this. Let's go. We're not going to fight you on it, Megan, but you're going to see what we got later on. So the big talk was Miami versus Buffalo in this division, right? Who's going to fight for that number 2 seed? Because it could be a playoff spot. I had the Bills going 10-7. I think just Josh Allen been there, done that. I think the pressure of Diggs being gone is a relief, in my opinion. It's a relief for Stephon Diggs. I mean, a relief for Josh Allen to not have someone in your grill 24/7. I think the simpler, the better. But now you're right, though. Talent has kind of gone away from the defense. But I feel like Josh Allen's that damn good. He can make something out of little for this team. And I am not a big believer in Miami. Never have been.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
I'm not, bro. I've just never been a big believer in Miami. If you see, they just, for some reason, they cannot beat really good teams. And the only really good team they beat was the Dallas Cowboys, who also can't beat really good teams.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So everyone was like, yo, they put up 70 against Denver. That's cool. But I remember the Ravens putting up 56 on them.
That is true.
In a must-win game. And the Dolphins on the road, if they won that, they could have had a great shot at securing the number 1 seed. So that was a playoff game before the playoffs, and they choked. And how was I reminded? Because last night I forgot I didn't finish the in-season Hard Knocks for the Dolphins last year. So I watched all the way. I'm on the last episode now, but the episode before was them getting beat down by the Ravens. So, well, yeah. So I'm not high on Miami. They have got to show me and prove it to me that they are a capable team of winning 11 games for a second year in a row. I got the Bills 10-7. I got Miami at 9-8.
Fair.
9-8. I think that seems about right for me. They play a lot of tough teams this year, and I was reminded as well, their defense is hurt too. Bradley Chubb, torn ACL. He's gone, obviously. He's not there with them anymore, but like they've got pieces to fix as well. But we kind of differ on the Bills and the Dolphins. Makes things a lot more interesting. But we do agree on the Patriots.
Yeah, no. Poor Patriots.
Is it going to be that bad this year? 4-13?
Yeah. Look at their schedule.
Yeah.
I just looked at their schedule because I sort of work up. So my first team, I did the East first, and I looked at his schedule, and I felt like I was going to cry for them.
You'll cry for them, huh?
It's just not fair. Like, you've got a young QB who Depending on the health of Bridgewater, even though they say he was fine and could have played, got hit pretty hard and was out for the game because of a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Um, they released Appy today, so their QBs are Bridgewater, May, and Milton.
Mm-hmm.
But this is their schedule. Right, week 1, Bengals. Because that's the first one. Sorry, I thought it was on their schedule. Bear with me for 2 seconds.
Are you good?
But I actually find the schedule. Why is it making?
That is their schedule though. They play the Bengals week 1.
Yeah, it's their schedule. Yeah, it only shows me week 1. That's preseason. Here you go. So Bengals week 1, Seahawks, Jets, Niners, Dolphins, Texans, and then the first game that I would say is at all winnable for them is week 7 at the Jags in Wembley. They have to come over here to essentially a Jags home game to potentially win a game.
Yeah.
And it's Jets, not good. Titans, Bears, okay, potentially. Rams, Dolphins, Colts, Cardinals, Bills, Chargers, Bills. Like, ooh,
I hear you.
That's just rough. And
they just don't have the offensive pieces, man. When it comes down to it, there's just no offense for that team. I don't know where it's going to come from again at all. No receivers, barely any running backs. They got Stevenson. That's probably about it, man. So, but because their defense is so talented, they'll keep them in games and win a few games for them.
Yeah, this is also a first-time head coach. You've got to remember that. This isn't good old Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Who is very defensive-oriented, so he's going to have a lot of hands around that defense. No.
Yeah. He should know what he's doing. He's been around the organization long enough. But maybe you Patriots fans just skip this year. Just is it the draft already?
Right. Probably so, yeah. They'll probably go for another quarterback, damn it. They need to get a receiver or some shit.
They do need some decent receivers.
All right, here we go. We've got now the AFC West. So you know the perennial, the Kansas City Chiefs. So we both got Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos, the core.
Mm-hmm.
So we all understand that. All right. 13-4 for you. I got them at 12-5.
Yeah, it's just one game.
Yeah. I mean, Chiefs dominating. We know about them already.
They get Juju back.
They got Juju back today, so shout out to them. They've got Tyreek Hill 2.0 on their team. Xavier Worthy. Maybe he can be like a Tyreek Hill. Who knows? But this team, once again, that defense stays intact pretty much for the most part. Chiefs is unstoppable. But we do defer in records when it comes down to the Chargers. You got them at 10-7. I got them 8-9. What's up with it? Why 10-7? You think is the Harbaugh effect going to really change them for the better?
I do. I really do. I think it takes a bit more pressure off Herbert, which a lot of it was just relying on Herbert, and defenses knew that. I know they've lost what used to be their main weapons, wide receiver and running back, but Harbaugh I know he's technically the Chargers' first-time head coach, but he's done this before.
Oh, yeah.
He was successful in the Niners. He was to the point where he got to the multiple Super Bowl. Well, he got to the Super Bowl with Kaepernick, right? It was Kaepernick, right?
Yeah.
So he knows how to win, and obviously he's just come off a championship from Michigan, and I feel like with his experience and Herbert is not a bad coach. Yeah, okay. They're still slightly rebuilding. Depends if that wide receiver they picked last year, the number one, actually develops. I know he had a couple problems with his hands, which you kind of need for a wide receiver. But the simple ground and pound game, which I think Harbert's going to go through, I think it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I think they're just going to win. Like, it's not 8-9 to 10-7, 2 more wins. It's not a major. don't think that's going to be enough to make the playoffs. Though.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're just going to
Why?
miss out. That's spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to say, sound like spoilers to me. Sound like we're in spoiler territory. Which I don't mind that one bit in spoiler
But
territory.
why 8 and 9 for you? Why are they bang average?
Their schedule's tough, and one
Yeah, it is.
same defense from last year. I get it. You got Harbaugh who adds a little more tenacity, but he's more on the offensive side. He's more of ground and pound. So I can see them being. And not, I get it. I get it. A better run game kind of helps your defense not be on the field as much. So that could work in their favor. But one, they play the Chiefs. But if you've seen the Chargers schedule, it is a lot of great games, a lot of tough
Mm-hmm.
games in there, and they just essentially have no home field advantage, never, and that
That is.
always hurts them because every time there's a big game, like they are not the home crowd. It's the other team's a home crowd, so that plays a part as well in how they've always lost a lot of home games since going to SoFi Stadium, and their fan base isn't a rah-rah fan base as it is. So you saw when other teams come in, they pack that stadium up. When the Cowboys went to SoFi, you thought it was a Cowboys game. It was crazy,
Mm-hmm.
right? But anyways, 8-9, you lose some key receivers, some key pieces, man. I'm not worried for this team. I feel like 8-9, in my opinion, is a good year. Although you have Justin Herbert and you figure you should win, But one, take account too. There's a lot of really good teams in the AFC. There's a
Yeah.
lot. Someone's gonna bite that dust. I feel like the Chargers with that hectic AFC, it's gonna bite the dust.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair. No, that's perfectly fair. It makes sense. It's the AFC is the strongest of the divisions, conferences. Sorry,
Yes, yes,
like,
by far right now. Right
and
now they're
someone's
10
going
and
to be
0.
left out. Yeah, I understand. I do get you.
Peter says
My,
no one's going over the Chiefs. We might as well turn this topic over.
so it looks like you and I have very similar opinions on the Raiders.
7-10, 6-11.
6-7, yeah. With obviously Gardner Minshew's been named as the starter. Obviously they do have Adams over there, but from what I hear, his patience is running very thin.
Which it should.
Which should. He went there to play with his college
Well,
roommate, college teammate.
he's very excited for Antonio Pierce. So
Yep.
maybe that brings a new little oomph, you know what I'm saying, to him. Who knows? But he has some kind of hope. We'll find out.
We'll find out, yeah. And then the Broncos. You're middle of the pack for them, the same record
I,
as the Raiders, but you
I,
think the Raiders are going to be above them just?
right. I
Um,
do like the Broncos to be one of those teams that are always in the game. They're based on talent, they're not going to win a lot. Obviously, I got about 7 wins, but
yeah.
I think based on their roster and their new makeup, they're going to be in a lot of games this year. And I would not be surprised if they actually reach their ceiling, which is like 9 wins, in my opinion. But I got them at 7-10. I think Bo Nix is going to have a really strong year at the quarterback position. I feel like Sean Payton knows what he's doing. He wouldn't do all this rah-rah to have someone come in and be a bum, you know. As much as I would like that to happen as a Russell Wilson supporter, right? But at the end of the day, Sean Payton knows what he wants. He's got his guy. The pieces around him, whether it's the running backs or the receivers, aren't that good. But I think the kids keep it stupid simple with the play calling. Get out your hands real quick. I think the Broncos, with that really decent defense, they're going to have opportunities to win a few games this year.
Fair enough, fair enough. Are you concerned that the weapons for Nix, and to be honest, Nix hasn't even been named a star yet. He could be Stim. But obviously they parted way with Tim Patrick today?
Patrick, yep. Yep, they sure did.
Obviously, they traded their previous first round pick to the Browns this year as well in Judy. So at the moment, it seems to be Sutton, and Sutton's a great receiver. He has a great receiver. But are you concerned that that might be their main and only target? I don't even know who the running back is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I give them 7 wins. I mean, I feel like 7 wins is more than what folks like yourself giving them 5 wins. I feel like 7 wins though.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of overachieving, but I think they'll have that kind of overachieving mentality. Like they remind me, hopefully, of the Arizona Cardinals last year when it comes down to being competitive. I think they're slightly better as a team than last year's Cardinals team. So that's why I give them 7 wins. But that's me being generous with 7 wins. They could get to 6 or 5, like you said, but
Yeah.
you know their talent alone won't win them a bunch of games. But I think they'll be disciplined just enough on defense, and of course, Bo Nix having a solid quarterback rookie season. I think they'll do 7-10, which is not bad.
But yeah, it's not bad at all. Josh Rams. Oh, they do have Marvin Mims. He did start to shine out last year.
Andrew said, "Yo, what's happening, Carlos and PJ?" PJ, what's up, Drew Ski? Megan says
Hello, hello.
Broncos, Hawks, and Seattle game one. Let's go. She says not in week one, Los. She says the Broncos will not beat Seattle in week one. We shall find out. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be one of those good
um,
ones.
yeah, I think I'm pretty with the majority when it comes to 5 and 12 wins for the Broncos.
Yeah,
Rookie QB, not a lot of weapons. Their defense is weaker. Like they lost Justin Simmons, who I think has gone to Atlanta. I
yep.
think he signed a 1 year
Unfortunately,
deal with.
sure did.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Sure did.
The person I think holds the record for picking off Patrick Mahomes the most at all players. Um, and they're in a rough schedule. So yeah, I might have followed everyone else, given them 5 and 12.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. Um, let's go on now to our next division. We just broke down the East. We broke down the West. Now it's on to the AFC South, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And once again, we are fairly similar with
Yeah.
our picks once again, with our rankings. So we've got Texans number 1,
Hmm.
Jaguars at 2, we've got
Hmm.
the Colts at 3, and we have the Titans at 4. And our records are kind of fairly similar also. So I
Yeah,
like that.
relatively.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to go start off with the Texans. Look, they're a good team. On paper, it looked good. That schedule
Hmm.
is brutal.
Yeah.
That schedule is brutal. And you would think all this talk about them maybe dethroning the Chiefs. I'm like, well, wait. Let them build something up first to start the year off because that schedule is very brutal. You know, but I think it is not a one and done kind of thing for Stroud. He is the real deal. Like I've never been so impressed with a rookie quarterback in my life, and had the confidence that he is going to maintain that as well. We've seen a few people, even Cam Newton. I was like, he might slow down, although Cam Newton, led a team to a Super Bowl appearance. But Stroud is one of those guys. Yo, this dude's the real deal, and I like what I see. But I saw the schedule. Slow it down, y'all. Slow it down. So I got him at 11-6. You got him at 10-7. How do you? 10-7 sounds. I mean, although 11-6 sounds kind of like a cute number, 10-7 sounds like, man, they're gonna struggle a lot. But it's still just one
No.
game difference, though. So why give them
Yeah.
10-7?
It was. I think I made them split with the Colts. I feel the Colts can still a game away from them, but yeah, they're a good team. Obviously, they've got Diggs.
Yeah,
Hopefully, he can help improve, but their wide receiver levels are stacked. Um, it's the question is, will Stroud have a sophomore slump? I don't think he will. I think he's able to overcome it. I know there is now film on him, but the help he's got, Tank Dell coming back from injury, like they did all that, and they were banged up last year. So if the team stays healthy, sky's the limit. But rough division again. Being in the AFC doesn't help,
Doesn't help at all.
and no, it doesn't help at all.
Got
But
Steeler
yeah,
Chick.
tendency.
We got Steeler Chick 46. Did I miss the AFC North? No, you have not. Matter of fact, they are
Ooh,
next. They are next. So stay right here, Steeler Chick 46. They are next on our records prediction. All right, so we got the Texans. I got them 11-6. You got them 10-7. Down to the Jaguars. Pretty much similar
yeah,
scenario. I got them 8-9. You got them 7-10. As much as I was really wanted to have the Jaguars win these games left and right, once again I see the schedule. I'm like, yo, the Jaguars reached their peak already as a unit. I would hope not. But when I look at that defense, they're young, but it's not one like game changer on defense that I have to focus on. Um, so I'm definitely gonna go with the Jaguars 8-9. Obviously, not going to the playoffs, which is gonna be pretty much a bum because you got Trevor Lawrence out there, trying. He just got paid. He just
yeah.
got paid, and you want to show your fans we paid this man for a reason. I just don't see it this year. Offensively, they got some pieces. Defense got pieces too, but no game changers. That's my issue with that. Travis Etienne is a game changer on offense, but no game changer on
Yeah.
defense. So I got him 8 and 9,
I've
middle of the pack.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is Doug Pearson, is he on the hot seat?
No,
You don't think so?
he shouldn't be. No.
Well, again, going by X, formerly known as Twitter, the rumors is that he will be. Like, he's had this roster for a couple of years. Obviously, Trevor's now got his contract, making it a lot harder to keep players. Obviously, they lost Calvin Ridley in the offseason. I know Calvin Ridley isn't the be all and end all.
Right, he
Um,
had that first great game of the year, then he went nowhere. It's like, what
yeah,
happened to
yeah,
him?
yeah. He's like, "Hi, I'm back. I'm awesome, and I'm gone."
I'm gone. So what happened to Calvin Ridley, man?
What happened to Calvin Ridley? He ended up in the Titans, where all wide receivers go to die. Randy
Yeah,
Moss,
pretty much.
Hawkins, Ridley. Um, but yeah, it's if Trevor Lawrence is healthy and can stay healthy, I feel like they can have. I feel like they could potentially get 10 wins
Okay.
because last year he wasn't healthy, and everyone could tell he wasn't healthy. They took advantage and it's tore up, but that's the ceiling. But on
I
average,
tell you
like
what, though, I know preseason stock isn't too high, but he did look good in
no, it's not.
preseason.
He did look good
He
in
did look good in
preseason,
preseason. I gotta give him that.
but even then, like I think the roster is weaker. Their defense was a problem last year. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. It was a bit of a liability. To be honest, I I think it has improved, not majorly, but AFC rough division. It really does suck. Like if this was in the NFC, I could see them having easily 10 rings
Right, right,
or
right, right, right,
ring
right.
wins, but
It's just the AFC is a tough cookie to deal with, man. And so you got all these teams and all these mid-tier teams, like they're good enough to battle against everybody else. But when you talk about the likes of going against the top half of the AFC, it's like, whoa, okay, like you got to really get you a lucky break to beat these teams.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and hey ho. Maybe this is Dougie P's last year because people might be asking to call his job, but
I mean,
surely not.
it's Jacksonville though. If you continue to be just relevant, like win some games, stay at 500 ish, I don't see why you fire anybody. Like, come on.
Well, he's not Urban Meyer,
Oh, that was just god
so
awful.
that was bad.
That
I
was just
wonder how
god awful.
badly. I wonder how badly Urban Meyer hurt Lawrence's development because
Now,
coming out the draft, they called him, and this was generally a quote. They're calling him the Jesus of football, maybe because of the hair. Um, and obviously he has developed into that. Was it because of Meyer? Is it just because the hype was too much? But he did get lot of cash from it. So yeah,
I got Long Lawrence still. He's still. I think he's getting better. I think just the
yeah,
pieces around him gotta fit better. That makes sense.
Fair.
We got the Colts and the Titans, your final two for the AFC. The AFC South Division. We both have the Colts at 7-10, so we feel fairly similar.
Yeah.
Can you give me a full synopsis of AR, which is Richardson? Can you give me his season? How's he going to be without injury? Without injury,
Without injury,
how is his season?
I think he's going to have a good season. I think he was lining it up last year before the injury. I think he's going to have a bit of a bounce back, sort of similar season. He's going to make some mistakes. He's going to throw some interceptions because he's still learning. He hasn't had a full season. He got was it 4 games, 3 games,
Something like that.
something like that. I think he will be better. Obviously, looking up Pittman and all that helps them. Running backs, obviously, hopefully, they don't have that issue anymore. So it could be from day one, they can have their number one running back. But I feel like you're still going to have some rookie woes in this season. So that's why I've got him about 7-10. Like, you're going to have some really high highlights and then you're going to have some low lights.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And then we got the Titans. You got them at 6, and I imagine that's not the right record you wanted.
That is not right. No.
So I
That's
imagine
19 games.
6 and 11. I'm gonna say 6 and 11.
6-11.
I got
yeah.
them at 5 and 12. So I feel like the Titans, they're just. It's just tank city, right? Not really tank. I think the Titans would really love to tank to get a really good quarterback, unless Levis is that dude. But if I got him at 5 and 12, you got him at 6-13. That tells me that Levis is probably not that guy for them. Who knows? Derrick Henry is gone now. He's with the Baltimore Ravens, and that was a big chunk of their offense that they fed off of. Mike Vrabel is a guy that still loves to run the football, nonetheless. Yeah. We'll see what happens with Mike Vrabel and those Titans. Right now, though, I mean, just no offensive help at all. None whatsoever.
Well, they did get Calvin Ridley.
He's going to ball out against the Bears week 1. I'm telling you right now. He's going to go off for like 130 and a tutty. Jesus.
They did get Snead from Kansas City.
I mean,
that is a big.
Yeah, and that was via trade, I think, right? Wasn't it
That
trade?
was a trade.
Yeah.
For
you got
exchange for a 7th and a 3rd.
Okay.
Is that all it took? For a 3rd round pick and a 7th round pick. And obviously the contract afterwards.
Yep.
Man, I'll take Snead for that now.
Oh, I'm generic. Oh, man, you're right, bro. I apologize. He's so right.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel got fired. Yeah, I'm spoken that Doty. You're right about that. Yeah, the new OC from Cincinnati they got. Yeah, you're right. Nonetheless, though, don't matter.
Yeah.
They're starting a new regime. I don't like it as far as like any.
Brian Callahan.
Yeah, thank you, GBM. Appreciate that.
Keeping us on our toes.
I don't have time to research all the time, PJ. God, dog. Don't cut me like that. Do my research. You do your research.
They released Caleb Farley today, their 1st round pick a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the kid from Virginia Tech, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, sometimes it happens, man.
They got Tyler Boyd.
Okay. Whoop-de-doo. Good for them.
Yeah, it feels like I'm looking at their off-season transactions, and it looks like they've been active. Like they've been trying, but every person they've brought in has just been,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. All right, y'all. Let's go to our last AFC division. This is for you Steelers Chick 46. You might not like it though. Here we go. Going to the AFC North now. The Gauntlet AFC North. Here we go. And yeah, this is where it's at. We probably have a bit of a difference now when it comes down to your top tier team. So I'm gonna go first. I got the Ravens, then the Bengals, Browns and then the Steelers, and you've got Bengals first, Ravens,
Yes.
Browns, and Steelers. Now, we both have the same record for the Bengals, 12 and
Yes.
5. You have the Ravens one less win.
One less
Then me
win.
11 and 6. So that's why you got them at number 2. I got Ravens, both teams tied at 12 and 5, but I got the Ravens with a better conference record
Got ya.
because I got them splitting.
I don't. I have the Bengals sweeping.
Okay, here we go.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Yeah, I have the Bengals sweeping. Joe Burrow is healthy, and obviously he looks like Slim Shady with all that hair. Um, um, I know they've had problems. Obviously, you have Chase wanting his contract, and their third wide receiver wanting their contract. I can't remember. I can't remember their wide receiver's name.
Who, T. Higgins?
Um, T Higgins. That's it.
Okay.
T Higgins wanting his contract. But nothing's happened. They're still on the roster. They still have turned up for training camp. I know it took Chase a while, but he's here.
Yeah.
Um, so that team is relatively the same. And even when Burrow's injured, their backup QB didn't look terrible and still won a couple games. But with Burrow back and is healthy, I honestly see this as a potential Super Bowl team. I honestly do. Burrow is the one other person who's beaten Patrick Mahomes. He's got something about him, and I the reason why I have the Bengals sweeping the Ravens is I know the Ravens have one stacked offense with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson,
Uh-huh.
but we've also seen the Ravens just hurt themselves, like not going for 2 point conversions, not running the ball.
Yeah.
Where the Bengals, every time they've sort of failed, it's because of something out of their control, like injuries.
Hmm.
So that's why I've got the Bengals just higher than the Ravens, but still, both teams are going to be fantastic this year.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this AFC North battle, man. Um, between the Ravens and Bengals, we feel like they are the top two-tier teams
Yeah.
of this division, and I got them going back and forth for the division lead all year long. And yes, like you said, when they face each other, it's gonna be epic wars. Honestly, if Joe Burrow, although with him they did start off kind of slow, but you had a
Hmm.
feeling if he never got hurt they would have got their mojo at the right time, and would
Yeah.
have probably made the playoffs. But that didn't happen. We assume that's a nice if Burrow is healthy, the Bengals are going to be an elite team, right? An elite team.
Yep.
So I'm with you on that. I think Ravens just that freaking defense they got.
Fair.
I feel like they're going to be fighting for that top spot in the AFC. They're that damn talented. Lamar Jackson off of another MVP season. He's gonna look to keep doing his thing. I'm in love with both these teams, the Ravens and the Bengals. But I got them tied. I got the Ravens with a better. I got the Ravens just with a better conference record. That's why they beat the Bengals for that top spot. Now we got Browns
Yeah, a
at
bit of a
three.
difference here.
A little difference right here. I got them at 9 and 8. You got them at seven and
Fair.
10. I'll go first with my 9 and 8.
Yeah,
Look,
of course.
um, and they're going to be fighting for a spot in the playoffs.
Hmm.
They'll be fighting. But I tell you what, I love their defense. The only thing that scares me about the Browns is just like last year, this team cannot bring that same ferocious defense on the road. Right?
No.
Every time they're at home, they dominate on the. I feel like they're going to do the same thing. Looking at their schedule, there are no easy road games this year, and even the ones that are semi-easy, I still got other teams beating them. As we got Billy Hitman says Steelers and Browns won't be above 500. Hey, Hillbilly
Ooh.
Hitman, hey, represent your ride or die squad, Hillbilly Hitman, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to Uneducated Sports Talk, man, and welcome to UST Nation. Well, hey, he said it. I've got the Browns at 9 and 8, so I feel like They are just good enough with Deshaun Watson now. This is Deshaun Watson's final year to show something. Um, you know, we'll see how that goes. But Deshaun Watson's got to really, really bring it this year and pretty much just play game manager with superior athletes around him. That's all he's got to do. You know. So I got him 9-8. Why do you have him at 7-10?
I think I think the Browns are my version of the Dolphins for you. Always down like Chubb's still injured. Obviously, there was Shove. He was put on the physically unable to perform list today. Um, I know Amari Cooper isn't happy in the organization. I think it's made very clear. I just, I, I know they got Jerry Judy from the Broncos, who hasn't lived up hype. I don't know. It all depends on Deshaun Watson. And what I saw last year didn't impress me. It looked like he was scared. But the team did well under Joe Flacco. And I'm sorry, I just don't have faith in Deshaun Watson. I know that defense is good, and I've got faith that defense will be good, but I think their offense is what's going to let them down. But Miles Garrett is going to be amazing. He's still going to potentially be Defensive Player of the Year. He's always going to be in that competition. But yeah, I just feel like their division is going to get harder, especially against the Ravens. Obviously, Burrow coming back. So yeah, I just don't have that faith in Deshaun Watson like you do.
Generic Barber says, yeah, all the AFC North teams going to be over 500 again this year. Might all make the playoffs too. Uh-oh. We
Ooh.
got something for that in a minute. Hillbilly Hilton says this will be Tomlin's first losing season. And Megan says, hell no, the Bengals are not beating the Ravens. They are not beating the Ravens. Quick question from the Keep It Real Who That Sports podcast. Will the Bengals miss Mixon more or Titans miss Henry more?
Oh, Henry.
Titans miss Henry all day.
Yeah.
Henry is like the only non-quarterback that actually like gives you a value of like 3+ wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3
Yeah, he
wins.
was
Just like any other position can't do that for you. But
absolutely.
the quarterback. But Derrick Henry is just different, right? He
Yeah.
gives you an automatic 2+ wins for your season, 3 at the max. He's not there anymore. Titans, instead of going, we had him 5-12, 6-11. They could have easily been maybe 8 or 9 wins with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, no, I agree. And let's just face it, when the Titans were good, it wasn't because of Ryan Tannehill,
No, it's not.
who still hasn't a job, like I called it last year, still hasn't got a job. And they don't have that anymore. Like, it's not going to be Hopkins or Ridley. Like, Will Levis, the mailman, is too busy shooting adverts for Hounds or Hines, whatever it is. And I don't even know who their running back is at the moment.
I don't know either. We got a $2 super chat bomb too from Megan. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. She said, hell no, the Bengals are not beating the Ravens. Peter says, thank you so much, Megan, for that. Billy Hitman says, I've been a Bucks fan since 1976. Go Bucks.
I feel so sorry for you.
Hey,
1976, so
he's got 2 Super Bowls now, so he's good.
2 Super Bowls, but what was that? Like 16 longest record, if not a win?
So I don't think Watson makes it through the season. I'm not sure he even wants to play. That's the big thing for me, though. Can he make it through the season? You're right about that.
Yeah.
If you're going to go with the over under 12 games being played.
Do you reckon?
Oh my goodness!
If the line's 12 and a half,
I probably gotta go under.
You're gonna go under.
Yeah, I think Watson might miss at least 4 or 5 games this year. That's just me saying that.
That explains 9 and 8.
Yeah.
So the question is then, do you have faith in Tyler Huntley or Dorian Thomas Robertson? DTR.
Yeah, I mean, I had no faith in Joe Flacco, and look what he did.
We do have Jameis Winston.
Oh yeah, we got Winston. Yeah, oh yeah. I hope Winston shines, baby. Shine,
Famous
baby.
Jameis.
I hope famous Jameis shine.
Yeah, I forgot he went there.
I did too, just that fast. I hope he get a shine on, man. I really do. All right.
Yeah.
So, in our final team, the Steelers. So, do we
Oh, yeah.
really have the Steelers going under 500 for the first time in the Mike Tomlin era?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can get above 500 this year with all that craziness surrounding him. Just call him Coach of the Year then, because
Called
I
Coach
don't,
of the Year, maybe potentially
I
the
don't,
greatest coach of all time.
right? Because I don't know if he can, bruh. I'm telling you right now, I, I scared. I scared for the Steelers team, man. Just seeing their offense, Russell Wilson just being a shell of himself, man. I don't like it. I'm really nervous for this team to perform this year, and I don't see where the wins come from.
No,
You know,
not in that division, not in that conference.
no, it's just not
And
even the team.
even if they move on to Justin
And
Fields, from
mind you,
all
this
I
this
hear out of
is
camp,
my first time ever predicting the Steelers to be below 500 in the Tomlin era. I've always
yep.
had them 9+ wins per se. I've always felt like they were above 500 team. This year, even with that defense, with T.J. Watt, I don't see it. I think things get ugly from the media standpoint once the Steelers start losing, and I think it's going to skyrocket down.
Which is sad because he's had this record. He's clearly the Steelers uh, feel proud about this record, and so they should be. It's very impressive, but I think this is the first time everyone has sort of said the talent on this team will let the coach down.
So Browns are probably looking to trade Huntley and Winston. Oh, I
Oh,
wonder.
what?
They must feel like got some strong suitors for those guys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Oh.
know. Yeah. I don't know. All right, so that's all of our AFC divisions right there. We did our East, West, South, and North. If you guys want to go back, just rewind it to our spots. We broke down each conference by record. So please check that out. Thank y'all for hitting that like button and hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. All right, let's go now to the NFC side of things, you guys, and we'll break down the NFC West. All right. I'll let you go first, but we got it all in the same order once again. The
Yeah.
49ers, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. And both of us are kind of strong about our predictions, record-wise, kind of similar. So I'll let you go off with the Niners. You got them at 12-5, one game above the Rams to win the division. So what's up with those Niners, man?
Yeah, I think they're good. I was shocked when I saw 14 and 3 from you. Like I was like, wow, I think that ties their record for the most wins. I think 12-5 is good. Purdy, I think, is going to shine. So obviously, it all depends on Trent Williams and Ayuk, how that goes, because I think it is Trent Williams who said he's not going to play a down for the team until he gets his new contract. So that's a massive hit to the O line. Obviously, Ayuk was the number one target, but last year, I still think they're going to be good, even if he is traded to the Commanders, which I feel like is more likely, because they still have Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Like CMC is going to be amazing this year. I doubt he's going to take a step back. Sorry, Megan. Yes, I apologize that we put the Seahawks third. I do mean that. Purdy, I think, is good. He does make some weird mistakes, but he's still a fantastic. He's a great QB, and it's going to be interesting. I think he'll be the most successful Mr. Irrelevant of all time, especially if he gets a big contract
Yeah.
that's coming his way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all depends on Trent Williams and Ayuk. I feel like those players alone are the two wins that I've taken off them because that's so up the air. But even without them, they're a fantastic team. They are brilliantly coached. They have Purdy, CMC, Samuel, and obviously their tight end, and their defense is still amazing. Hopefully, their linebacker was it a linebacker who tore his Achilles running onto the field?
Yeah, that was Super Bowl.
Warner,
So not Warner, the other one. I forgot
not
his name.
Warner,
Is it Greenlaw? Is it Greenlaw?
Greenlaw. It was Greenlaw. Yeah, hopefully he can make a full recovery because you could tell he was missed
Yeah.
during the Super Bowl. But yeah, I still have them that high. Why 14-3? I feel like that is incredibly high
Megan has
for
a
this team.
$2 super chat bomb once again. Says, "Wow, can't wait for the Hawks to prove you wrong." Hillbilly Hitman says, "Wilson has no trade value." My boy Dolph 17 says, "Rams win West. Sorry, Megan." He said, "I'm coming back to mock you both. Mark it." Hey, we're here for it. All the smoke. We want all the smoke. All the
Indeed,
doggone
yes.
smoke. As far as the Niners, have you seen their schedule? It's not brutal at all.
No, it's not bad. It's not
It's
bad.
not a bad schedule, anyways. But look, when healthy, and this is they don't even need Ayuk, honestly, to be really successful. They don't. He's their third, maybe their fourth option on this team. Honestly, you put someone in their place, someone will take his spot and look decent. I can almost
Yeah,
guarantee you that. But as far as the Niners go, the offense is incredible. Defense is incredible. This team, from a roster standpoint, once again, the best roster in the NFL. The best freaking
yeah,
roster in the NFL, and they're going to prove it again this year. I think they're going to be on some kind of mission this year to solidify themselves as a big dog, but it's all about Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Well, in order to get that, once again, you have to maintain the number one overall seed for your conference, and have all roads go through San Francisco. I believe the 49ers will be on their grind, on their giddy up. And, yeah, I feel like they're going to have a fun season. And I think Brock Purdy might even be in the MVP race, like a legitly
Ooh,
MVP race this year.
he was in it last year, I
Yeah,
think,
but
wasn't
I think really, really in it this year.
he? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Uh,
I get it. I get it. They are a hefty team with an easy schedule.
yeah.
It's going to be injuries. If anything's going to stand in their way, it's going to be injuries.
How do you the Rams? I got 10-7. You got 11-6. So we both figured they're gonna
About
have
the same.
a really good year this year. So
Yeah,
what's your thoughts on Los Angeles Rams?
I think they're going to be good. Stafford, last year they still made the playoffs, and he was injured for quite a lot of the year. This year, if he stays healthy, it's going to be great. Obviously, Puka Pokemon has a whole year under his belt,
Puka puka
so
puka puka puka.
yeah, yeah. I think his brother did a nice return for you in the
And got
preseason.
cut.
Oh, he got cut.
Yeah, he got cut. He
Oh,
might be in a practice squad though, but he did get cut though.
no, that's sad. That's sad. But yeah, no. I think if there, I don't think there is going to be a major threat to the 49ers, but if there is, it's definitely going to be the Rams. Um, they and all that. It's going to be interesting to see how that defense is going to be without uh, Aaron Donald. It's going to be the first year without him. And obviously, the staple of that defense.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um, hopefully, they can overcome that hurdle because it is a big hurdle. Aaron Donald was such a beast,
yeah.
but McVay's a good coach. They've got the weapons. Cup's going to be healthy from day one. Stafford's going to be healthy, and I feel like they're going to have another successful year. What about you? Clearly, you
Oh
sort of
yeah,
semi agree.
it's the offense. The offense is going
Yeah.
to be dynamic. I'm very excited to watch this offense once again. You get a full season with Cooper Cup and Puka Nakua, Puka 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 Puka, and of course the main weapon, Kyron Williams, the running back. He
Yes.
dominated last year. I feel like he will do the same again this year. Dom a
Fair.
freaking Nate. He's going to dominate this year. I'm so excited to watch him play. The Rams play this year. I think Matthew Stafford, he's still, he's still top 10 quarterback, right? And
Yeah.
he's a proven gunslinger. He's a proven, I would say, winner, right? The dude just does it all, man. He's a beast. So I'm really excited to see the Rams play. I think they're gonna fight for a second with the 49ers, and then the Niners is gonna pull away. But Rams, though, I mean, they're still in a good spot. To me,
Oh yeah,
it's all about where are you playing that road game at in the playoffs. That's me. It depends on your matchup, So we'll find out. But do not count on the defense, though. I think they will make
no.
timely plays, but the offense is going to score so much and put so much pressure on people. I got them winning 10 games, and it could be higher. But there'll be a team that's going to be very, very tough to beat this year.
No, no, that's fair. Yeah, I think you agree, and it'll be fun. It's what we're 3 years removed from their Super Bowl, so it is pretty much a new team, but there is obviously some major
Right,
players hanging around, and Sean McVay is an offensive genius, and it'd be very interesting to see what he schemes up for this team.
right.
But moving on, much to the insult of Megan, we have the Seahawks around the same record. Clearly, Carlos has chosen 7-10, not me. I'm 8-9. I have more faith in Megan than Carlos.
No, I'm 8-9. I got one more game faith in him, Megan.
No, clearly, look, 7-10. Okay, Carlos is dead to me. So see, Megan.
I got a one game faith more than TJ with the Seahawks. But I'm sorry, love. When the same division as the Rams, who are because the Rams we thought would not be that good last year. I had the Rams, I think somewhere around 8 wins last year or 9 wins, and they went to the playoffs. Had a very strong ending to their season. As far as the Seahawks go, though, I, nothing really stands out. Besides, I mean, their offense they have pieces, but it's gonna come down to Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Are we? If we get a damn good Geno Smith, this team could win double-digit games. But if we get an average Geno Smith, a regular Geno Smith, you're looking at 8-9. The defense isn't the best defense. They have some playmakers and some young talent on there, but they haven't really done anything, in my opinion, to really stand out as a guru defensive unit. When you got 2 games against the Niners, 2 against the Rams, that's 4 very tough games right there. Right now,
Yeah.
you're just hoping to go pretty much 500 for the rest of the year. So I don't know. Megan is very, very mad right now. It says dead to me,
Oh,
Los. And she's mad. She said, Purdy MVP, you have lost your GD mind.
this one from Megan. Yeah, this is why my favorite letters are FU loss.
I ain't read that one. Hey,
Oh.
you wouldn't be the first girl to tell me that. Won't be the last girl. Gil
Oh
Billy
no.
says Gino is a little underrated. Yeah, Gino is still nice. I'm not doubting that. But we need Gino to be very spectacular if he wants to go ahead and get this team to a playoff spot or a playoff contention. We need that kind of Gino, right? If we get the same Gino
My
from last year, they're not. It's not going to cut it for the Seahawks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like they paid the guy, then immediately doubted if he was the right guy. But my question is for you, Carlos, is they've got rid of Pete Carroll. And this is a first-time head coach. I know he was the Ravens OC, I think. McDonald, I believe his name is.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, 7-10 is pretty good for a first-time head coach. So you have that faith in him,
I mean,
or is it the talent?
it's got to be the talent, man. The talent is there. I mean, the offense, the talent, offense is DK Metcalf, and you got JSN,
JSN,
and I mean,
Lockett.
you've got some talent on offense. You got a nice running game with Walker. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, it's going to come down to that defense, in my opinion. It's also going to come down to Geno Smith, because it's
Hmm.
Geno Smith. I don't want to put him in that Kirk Cousins category, but a lot of yards, no substance, right? I don't want
Yep.
that. Like a lot of yards for nothing, right? I need Gino to come up clutch in big time moments. We need that kind of Gino. If he can do that, Seattle will make the playoffs. But if not, they'll be fighting for a playoff spot, and I think they'll come up short.
Fair? No, okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I believe, and my record, I know it's one game lost, but I agree. It's after paying, like I said, after paying Geno Smith and immediately doubting him. See, JSN had bright spot as a rookie. Walker, bright spot as a rookie.
Yeah.
Obviously, Metcalf, fantastic. Obviously, Lockett has had up and downs. I know people are like, is it time to move on? But it is the first time head coach who was Pete Carroll defensive minded or offensive minded? I think it was defensive minded, wasn't he?
Pete Carroll's defense, I don't even know what his background really is. Honestly, now that I think about it, I want to say
Megan?
defense. I could be wrong. Yeah. Megan, let's ask
I
Megan.
think it's defensive. Yeah, Megan, was he defensive or offensive minded? Because if he is, you've gone from a defensive minded head coach to an offensive minded head coach. So it'd be interesting to see how he handles the defense, if you know what I mean. I know you have defensive coordinators and all that, but defensive minded. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. Yeah, he was defensive minded. And it showed. Obviously, you had the Super Bowl wrong with the Legion of Boom. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, brilliant. Thanks. So it's going to see if their defense can hold up. And was it the talent or was it Pete Carroll's schemes? So there are a lot of question marks around this. But you are right. They're in the division with both the Niners and the Rams. So who knows? Who honestly knows?
Who knows, right? And of course, we have the Cardinals last in the division once again. I got them at 17. You got them 6-11. So pretty much the same.
Pretty much
just,
same.
Kyler Murray, if he can play a full season, we'll see what happens with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. I do like their effort from last year. If they can bring that same tenacity with this year's team, I feel like they are an up and coming team. I feel like Cardinals not this year, but next year, right? I feel like Cardinals not this year, but next season they'll be a team to be reckoned with. I think right now they just gotta kind of get their foot in the place of success, right? I think I'm just talking when I say that, but still, I feel like they're gonna find their way to some really good wins this year, and I think the head coach from last year was named Gannon or something like that. He was
Jonathan Gannon.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
And I really doubted him, but he was amazing. And hopefully now, fully healthy team, they bring that same tenacity. But then again, like I said, tough division, and we'll see how it goes. So, got the Niners at 1, Rams at 2, Seahawks at 3, and Cardinals at 4. That is it for our NFC West talk. As Megan is still cussing everybody out.
We are sorry, man. If we are wrong and the Seahawks will somehow win the division, I feel like you and I need to be looking over our shoulder because there'll be a certain Australian cut gunning for our heads.
Oh, no, it's all good. All right, let's go with now the NFC East.
Ooh.
All right. And this one here, let's get it. And so Cards are perennial schedule fillers, 5-8 with team for years. All right. We got some stuff to talk about, TJ. Yeah. Got some things to talk about, my man.
What's that? I don't see the problem. We've got something to say. Both of us agree that the Eagles are going to be first, followed by the Cowboys.
The Eagles will be in first place. I got the Eagles at 11-6. You, my friend, have me at 13-4. I
don't know why. I'm not an Eagles fan.
Right now.
I'm just my balding head. Hold on.
Hey, you know what? I can't even get mad at that. He's got mad at 13-4. I got 11-6. I need for you to explain to me why they're at 13-4.
See, I had the advantage of doing mine after the Jahan Dobson trade. Oh no! See, we've got right. I have more faith in Kellen Moore than I did our previous OC, Brian Johnson. I have more faith in Vic Fangio than I did our previous DC, who I can't even remember. Sean Desai. Sean Desai. Um, I did, after making it, did say, is my bias shining through? Possibly. Should have maybe have put them 12 and 5, but
It's not
uh,
shining
the
through.
schedule is a lot easier than what we had last year, and we had a horrific collapse, but we still went 11-1 for the majority of it. I still trust Jalen Hurts. He seems to be mastering this new offense, and this offense took the Cowboys far as well. I know it's the Cowboys, and it hurts me saying this, but this offense, they made them do very well in the playoffs. We've got AJ Brown, we're signing Devontae Smith. Our weapons are there. We've got Saquon Barkley. I know we lost Jason Kelsey, but Cam Jurgens seems to be filling the role perfectly.
Hmm.
When it comes to offense, the one question mark I have is right guard, and that's Becton from the Jets, who seems to be doing well. Yeah, I took Desai from us. I know, Megan. I'm sorry. We took him from you, and then abused him and threw him away after he was no fun to play with. When it comes to defense, obviously Fangio's system. We wanted him last year, but we took Desai because the Dolphins obviously signed him. Our cornerbacks are 1,000 times better than what it was last year. We don't have James Burnberry. He's our third string safety, no longer a cornerback. We have Quinion Mitchell, our first round pick, who might start. Honestly, might start. He's that good. Isaiah Rogers, who equally could start. He stayed in shape in his suspension. Um, we've got Kenny Ringo, Darius Slay. The question marks when it comes to our defense is the linebackers, and that's Devin White and the Kobe Dean, Zach Bourne. But when it comes to Eagles, we haven't really cared about linebackers for a while. So our biggest question mark on this team, I believe, is the defense. But I still feel like they're going to be better than last year. And if you look at last year, I know you can't. We had a harder schedule.
Hold on for a second, TJ. We got Mathis, and have they cut the NFC
Oh,
South yet? No, not yet. They are actually next. The NFC
yes,
South is
next, next,
next.
next. Yes, I'm heading out. Game on. See you, Megan.
All right, Megan, take it easy,
Um,
Megan.
but yeah, I don't think winning two more games on an easier schedule with better schemes and better weapons. I don't think that's a push. So that's why I went 13-4.
Gotcha,
You
gotcha.
really think we're going to go for the same record last year?
I was actually being nice. I thought about you for a second.
Oh,
I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm
oh,
playing. Y'all, that was TJ's Eagles talk, y'all, after this graphic message. All right, he broke down why the Eagles are going 13
sorry.
4 and win the Super Bowl and riding out in the sunset, y'all.
That would be lovely. That would be
He
lovely.
said that'd be lovely. Infinity said, "Yo, what is good? I got the Saints at 7 wins. What's up, IP?" Says PJ. Good to see you. Let's get it. All right, so yeah, we definitely have the Eagles going #1. Eagles will have a great year. 11. I think they'll win a lot of close games this year. I don't see this as a team that blows anybody out per se, but I feel like they're going to win a lot of close games this year. And I
Yep.
think keep it stupid simple. Little kiss. I feel like the Eagles will keep it stupid simple, and we'll find out what they're really, really, really made of, man. As far
Mm-hmm.
as I think 11 wins is fine by me. I feel like it's the same year, but they won't go like 11-1. It won't be
And then
that kind of
collapse.
year, and it collapse. No, it'll be a steady diet of 2 wins here with a loss, 2 wins here, another loss, 3 wins, a loss, that kind of thing, right?
Oh
Eagles are a
yeah.
good team. On paper, they've got it all, right? My thing is,
Mm-hmm.
can that D line with all those big boys, can they show life? Because I know the secondary is better, but we got to see it now. It looks
True.
better, it sounds better, but we got to see it. Well, in order to make their life a lot more easier, that D line has got to put the pressure back on, right? 2 years ago, that D line was ferocious, man. Now,
Yeah.
What happened last year was an utter major collapse of epic proportions, and the D line did not show up. So, but
Yep.
I think their schedule is easy enough to where they can get 11 wins, maybe higher. Who knows? So we'll see about that. But
Yeah, we face the NFC AFC North, which sucks. But to
yes,
count that, we also face the NFC South, which should be a couple easy wins.
yeah, yeah, yep. Cowboys, we got them second place now. I'm actually down on the Cowboys where you are.
Yeah, you are.
Actually high. Yeah, this is the first year in a long time where I feel like the Cowboys are gonna sort of struggle. I haven't felt like that in a long time
Wow.
with Dallas, but my inner gut feeling is telling me the Cowboys are going to struggle this year.
So
And
you're not high on Zeke.
no, hell no. No, not at all. Not high on Zeke, man.
have
But
you
go ahead.
have you seen that rep him doing in the
Oh yeah,
on
man.
the machine?
He got beat up by the machine. Like damn, bro.
It hurt. I felt sad.
He
I
said I
was
felt
like,
sad.
oh,
I
it
felt
was like,
sad.
come on, man.
He said I felt sad. Oh
Oh,
man.
brilliant.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys 9-8. I just feel like it's gonna be a struggle of a year. They'll still be in that playoff contention, trying to fight for a playoff spot. But outside of that, man, I don't see them really per se dominating. They'll beat the easy teams, the Giants of the world, But
Yeah.
now I want to break down. Well, you got them 11-6. So what do you feel about that? And shout out to CeeDee Lamb for getting his money.
Yes, shout out to CeeDee Lamb. I did this after their starting cornerback broke his foot. So obviously he's out for about 4 to 6 weeks. It's the Cowboys. They're going to be great in the regular season. They always are. Like they still got Dak, they still got CD, they still got Parsons.
Yeah.
Diggs is coming back from injury. They are gonna be good in the regular season, and it hurts me to say it, but that's true. That is absolutely true. They're still going to contend. It's in the playoffs where they always fall apart, and there are a couple of things true in this world: uh, taxes, death, and the Cowboys sucking in the playoffs. I think.
Hold on, keep talking. I'm coming right back.
No worries, no worries, man. But yeah, the Cowboys are going to be fantastic. Like I said, this year might be the last year the Cowboys are going to be good. Like they just paid CD a lot of money, second highest paid wide receiver all time, fantastic. They now have to pay Parsons and Dak Prescott. They're going to ask a lot of money, and I know the cap space is going up, but is it going to go up that much? Because Dak wants 60 million a year. Parsons will be wanting the highest paid defense player of all time, meaning that would be your top three people will be in the top three of their positions. And that's including contracts you've already handed out. Their O line is a bit weaker, but still they can overcome it. I know they lost Dan Quinn, so it'll be interesting to see how that defense overcomes that hurdle. I honestly actually don't know who the Cowboys' new DC is because it's not going to be Mike McCarthy. And I'm curious to see who it is. Oh my goodness. It is Mike Zimmer. Yeah, here you go, Hillbilly. If the Cowboys pay Dak Prescott 60 million, they're done. And that's going to suck. But Mike Zimmer, Dak is Kirk Cousins 2.0. Ouch. I think that's a bit
No.
extreme.
Dak is the black Kirk Cousins. Kirk is the white Dak Prescott.
got you.
That's how
But
you
yeah,
go, right?
Mike Zimmer is their new DC who's replacing Dan Quinn, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. But I think this might be the last year the Cowboys are going to be this good in the regular season, especially situation wise. If they pay Dak, if they pay Parsons, like, are they going to let Dak walk? Are they going to somehow draft him next? Dak Prescott? But yeah, they're still going to be good
Yeah.
in the regular season. But moving on,
Let's go to the
you're
Commanders,
a
man.
Commanders. You're a lot more.
I
Uh,
am.
Yeah,
I
you've got
am.
a bit of faith in Jaden Daniels,
FYI, Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
I've
You're
got
thinking what a bit
Jaden
of a
Daniels, Rookie of the Year. I think he's gonna rip it. He's gonna rip it.
RG3?
I wouldn't say RG3. RG3 brought him to the playoffs. Obviously, 8 and 9 is not a playoff record, but I feel like he's going to turn heads this year. I feel like they're going to let him loose. He's going to have the green light to do whatever the hell he wants to do in that field. I think as long as they protect him correctly, Jaden Daniels has, the sky's the limit for him and this team for this particular year. I think Kenneth Williams overall might have a better career than Daniels, but for this particular season, give me Daniels all day. Give me
Now, what
Jaden
is your
Daniels.
opinion on Dan Quinn as a head coach? Because we've seen Dan Quinn as a head coach before. You know Dan Quinn as a
I mean,
head
I'll tell you
coach.
what. I'll tell you what. The Commanders have a great linebacking core,
Yeah,
and Dan Quinn he knows how they build a defense.
yeah.
All right.
I imagine your favorite game of that as Dan Quinn's career is the second half of Super Bowl 51.
Yes, of his career, that's my favorite. Yeah, my most favorite because I don't know if I can live long enough if the Falcons had won the Super Bowl and now they're tied with the Saints. Oh no. So, anyways, but very excited to see Jaden Daniels. I cannot wait to watch them play. Matter of fact, as I'm looking at the schedule, there's a lot of marquee games with
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels playing this year, right? There's even a game against the Chicago Bears where we get 1 versus 2.
yeah,
So I'm
that'd be
excited for that
interesting.
as well. So I think the Commanders are going to put up a lot of upset victories, a lot of good games, a team that's going to be pretty much in it every single game, as I hope for. And I do like this Commanders team going 8 and 9. So yeah, much respect to Washington. You got them at 6 and 11, not so high, but I mean,
Not
but
so high.
that for me is kind of their floor. You know,
Yeah,
I got them right in the middle. I think their cylinder is 9 and 8, 10 and 7 is as their max, but I got them 8 and 9. I feel like that's where they're gonna be at this year.
which is fair. It's just the schedule itself. Like I said, they do face the North, which is going to be horrific. I don't think that roster is ready to face the AFC North. The South, I see them splitting a couple games. Obviously, they have to deal with Philly and Dallas twice a year. Um, so yeah, I might have underestimated them slightly, but honestly, I think the biggest issue is gonna be their field. Like that home field is known for killing players, and I'm not wishing injury on the sin all that, but Washington has got the problem of staying healthy, and it's hopefully they do, but they've renamed the field. It's no longer known as FedEx anymore.
What is it?
It's something
Ah,
weird.
don't worry about it. It don't mean nothing right now with us.
All
But yeah, I
right,
mean,
fine.
I think Washington's gonna have even 6 wins. I think it's still a really good, a
Yeah,
decent
it's
year
a
for
lot
them.
better than what they should
Right. But I like their
or
defense.
expect. Sorry.
Dan Quinn bring a defense mentality. That defense can keep them games. I love Jaden Daniels, and I think they're gonna win 8 to 10 games this year. I'm super hopeful for that because that would be awesome. And then let's not spend too much time on the New York Football Giants. I don't see it at all.
No,
I got them 3-14. You got them at 2-15. So you were in my
it's
category. It was tough to find victories for these guys.
yeah. The Washington Commanders' home field will now be known as Northwest Stadium.
Okay, all right. I can dig
So
it.
yeah,
I can dig it.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, are we? Have we moved on to the Giants? Sorry.
Shortly, yeah. Say what you got to say. We can bounce from this team.
Daniel Jones. There we go. I think we can move
Yeah, all
on.
right, yeah. We got them 3-14. You got them 2-15. Man, I don't see the Giants. I mean, I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. I just don't
Yeah,
see it right now. But I really hope they prove me wrong. But I mean, when I say prove me wrong, at least get 6 wins.
they've
Get six.
got neighbors, which is good, but
But neighbors,
if they can't
neighbors,
get him the ball,
neighbors has a slight temper as it is. He is going to
oh,
explode by week 3.
oh, absolutely.
He's going
Like
to explode. This
if your
sorry mother.
if your social media team is already sabotaging you by showing video of Daniel Jones missing screen passes and out routes. Like,
Come on, man. Like, come on, for real.
come on. It's crazy to see how one decision of paying Daniel Jones instead of Saquon Barkley has ruined a franchise for at least 3 or 4
Yeah, because
years.
you could have been moved on and got you a top tier quarterback.
Easy.
Last year or this year, right? So yeah, it is what it is, though. I mean, that's their loss, and they're gonna have to live
Yep.
with that decision for the next couple of years. If they can't find any, either eat that money up or trade. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yep. No, I get you. I get you.
All right, let's go on to the NFC South now.
South?
Yeah, the South got something to say, y'all. The South got something to say. All right, and we are definitely in. Oh, I thought we were in cahoots, but not that damn much. God, dog. We're in cahoots with the seatings, but not the records. Damn. All right.
No.
It's all good. We both agree with the addition of Kirk Cousins coming in there for Atlanta. And, of course, their last two defensive hirees when they got Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons. This
Oh
this
yeah.
should be a playoff team. Falcons should win this division. On paper, we always say that paper word, but on paper, Falcons should win this division. On paper.
Absolutely.
Right. I got them 11-6. You got them 10-7. Uh, is Kirk Cousins that big of a deal?
Oh, absolutely. You've got a competent QB, and I think the head coach is also very vital. You don't have Arthur Smith, who refuses to play their number one running back because of a silly argument. Like, the head coach change is amazing. The QB change is amazing. The head coach the QB change is so amazing, like upgrade wise. Desmond Ridder got cut from the Cardinals today.
He did. That's crazy.
Yeah. They traded for him and then cut him. They're like, no, I'm sorry, he's not worth it. Which
Like,
is
yeah, never
absolutely
mind.
mental.
Yeah. We thought we had something with him. Nah, never mind.
Ooh, keeping it real sports talk. Tampa Bay, three peaks, Falcons, all hype.
I hope
Oh,
so.
I know you
I
do.
don't like seeing the Falcons do good, man. I don't. And although I am a hater of all of my division opponents, I really, really hate the Falcons. So
May I ask why? Like, every team hate, like, Eagles hate the
you,
Cowboys the most.
for me, you could blame Roddy White.
Ronnie
So
White?
Roddy White, the
Roddy.
ex-Atlanta Falcons wide receiver, and we've always had beef with him, but it was more of a friendly competition level kind of thing, and I never was the one that really hated a particular team. I said, we're the Saints, and we're supposed to not like our opponents in the division. That's fine. Well, anyways, after we win the Super Bowl, Roddy White in 2010, the next year, said the only reason why the Saints won the Super Bowl is because God felt bad for them for Hurricane Katrina. And he allowed them to win
Oh,
the Super Bowl. He said, so
oh,
you literally had. I'm like, dude, but mind you, Hurricane Katrina was like 2005.
yeah,
Like, we won it like 4 years later. So, like, I can see
facts.
if we won it in '06, the first year Drew Brees was there, I can see him saying that. And, like, you know what? I believe in miracles, and God is a miracle worker. But you're talking 4 years later. That means he could have said any year. It could have been 8 years later. And the only
Yeah,
other one.
it's,
I'm like, come on, dude. So that's
imagine
go ahead.
you won this year and he says that comment.
Right.
Like,
They only won because God wanted them to. Oh, I was heated, man. I was heated. Oh man, I say, you know what? F the Falcons and F Roddy White. So that's why.
okay, now I get it, and I know, like, traditionally the Saints hate the Falcons more and the
Yeah,
Falcons hate the
yeah,
Saints
yeah.
more.
Facts,
Like,
facts.
the statue outside the stadium is the strip fumble, right?
It's the punt, the block punt.
Block punt, that's it, the block punt. Yeah, that's right. The first game back
Yeah,
in the
Steve
Super Bowl.
Gleason block punt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just curious, but the one question going back to the Falcons is they've got the talent on running back, wide receivers, and tight end. Pitts, London, and Robinson. Well, we assume they've got the talent because it's not been shown.
Right, we got to
Like
see it. That's
London
right.
for a while Pitts had more touchdowns in my country than they did in yours for a while.
Hmm.
Coming back to keeping it real sports, so Raheem Morris is not a good head coach. We've seen this movie before. But is he better than Arthur Smith? And I'm not going to lie, I'd rather take the unknown
And
than Arthur Smith.
I would rather take this roster than the
Yes.
other Raheem Morris rosters when he had with the Buccaneers back in the day. So yeah, I mean we've
So
seen it
what?
before,
They've got
but I mean Bill Belichick.
Jesse.
Look at his record without Tom Brady.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Sometimes you just kind of need the talent around you, to win some games.
And they've got talent. Like I think they signed Jesse Bates last year,
Okay.
and obviously they've got Justin Simmons this year. Um, like they have a stacked roster, and if they don't make the playoffs with this roster, you seriously look at the head coach, or something else must have gone seriously wrong.
Right.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, obviously the wide receivers, the running backs, Judon, like so Darius Street, like this is a good roster.
Yeah.
Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons. Oh yeah, no, like this has to be a playoff team. If it's not, well, I know you'd be laughing, but something
I'll be
must have gone
laughing.
wrong.
I'm hoping now. I'm hoping it all falls down and burns.
What was it? You hear? Is it the sound that rocked the world is going to be changed from instead of the bullet, it's going to be Carlos's laughter. Yeah.
Probably
The
so.
Falcons.
Probably my laughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love me a good downfall. Oh yeah, I love me a good downfall when it comes down to people I don't like. Yeah, man.
That's that's a villain origin story. I like a
I
downfall.
love a good downfall. Oh yes, I do. Well, so we are in similar territory when it comes down to the Buccaneers, second place in the
Yeah.
NFC South. I'm going to go with the Falcons of pure talent on paper. So we'll see
Fair.
how that goes. But the Buccaneers, like everyone else has been saying, Buccaneers have a great chance to repeat as champions of the South yet again, a three-peat matter of fact. They have the ability to do that. They have the squad to do that. Baker Mayfield, thank goodness he's finally found a home, a team that
I
trusts him.
like, yeah.
And I like that. And you're probably going to see the best Baker Mayfield this year. I got a feeling he's going to have the best season of his career. I got the Buccaneers 10-7. They're going to win a lot of gutsy games. I got Baker Mayfield having a lot of comeback victories, a lot of
Hmm.
fourth quarter victories in this season. That's just how I'm feeling. So shout out to Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. I got them at 10-7. That defense ain't going nowhere anytime soon. They still have a really good defense, and that was shame on me last year when I picked them to go 4-13 last year. I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
account for them to have that same defense. I don't know why I didn't think about that. That defense is still there. That defense is still peak, man. Give me the Buccaneers 10-7.
My question for you is if this team doesn't hit that record, what would be the one thing holding it back?
Um, Mayfield, the
You
quarterback.
reckon Mayfield?
The quarterback. I mean, he's got Evans is
Wow.
still there, right? I mean, Evans gonna do his thing. Godwin's gonna do his thing. That O line is still good. The running game, when they want to use it, can be all right. It's gonna depend on Baker, and I think Baker's gonna do enough to get this team into the playoffs. I think he's gonna do
Fair?
enough to really show that he earned his 3-year contract, right? So yeah,
Okay.
I
I,
like that from Baker Mayfield.
I agree with everything said. I think it's going to be the head coach, Ted Bowles. Like, people were calling for his job last year. I think the only reason he wasn't fired is because Baker Mayfield, the talent of that offense, made the division won the division,
Okay.
and the SC South last year was all on top of each other. And this year, I think the Buccaneers might pull ahead a bit more. Obviously, the Falcons, I think, is going to win. But if anything's going to hold them back, I think it's going to be Ted Bowles. And if they don't, come second or even make the playoffs, I think he might get fired. I think the patience is very thin.
You must be talking about the man below us, Dennis freaking Allen. Because I don't think Todd Bowles, you know, I think he'll be just fine.
You really do?
I mean, he was the same guy last year, the same team. Like, what is he gonna talk you better? Is he gonna coach you better? I think his ceiling is there. It's about Baker Mayfield. You know,
Fair enough.
Bose has been there the last
Fair
couple of years.
enough.
They won the South, and his voice has been the same voice the whole entire time. Baker Mayfield can change his mechanics or digress, and so that's why I think Baker Mayfield is the reason why they either have a really good year or not so good year in their eyes. So, but we have them 10-7 and 9-8, so that's pretty much fighting for playoff spots for sure.
No, yeah, yeah. If they do make the playoffs, I'll be interested to see how far both the top teams go.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. Now we got the Saints.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry.
yeah, you,
Please
yeah, yeah,
forgive me.
you sorry.
I'm sorry.
You sorry.
I'm sorry.
6-11, God, dog. I'll let
I
you go
want to make an
first.
official announce. I want to make official announcements. This will be the last episode of Tuesday with TK. Carlos will kill me in my sleep tonight.
Jesus, 6-11. You know what? Hey, I hope we do go 6-11. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
You are,
Get rid of everybody, man. The only thing I'll be
yeah.
mad about is that we will not have a Hard Knocks episode because we'll have a first year head coach. That's what that's what I'm
um,
pissed off for. But I hope the next year we have Hard Knocks.
yeah, I do feel bad, but I'm surprised you kept your head coach last year. I think everyone was. Dennis Allen, like, he wasn't good. Derek Carr, again, wasn't good, and yet he's like everything that wasn't good last year has just rolled over to this season. And I don't mean to insult, but it just I'm gonna feel sorry for you because I think you're gonna be in for a rough season. Um,
No, yeah, no, hey, trust me. I know. I got a feeling.
it's gonna be. I am curious. At what point do you hope for a tank? Is it now? Is it week 6?
Nah, as a competitor, I don't. I think if we tank, it'll be towards the end of the year. Our
Got you.
schedule
Got you.
relatively soft in the beginning, but I look. Our defense is so
Yeah,
damn
no,
good, just like last year. Putrid offense, but a really good damn defense. That's why we'll once again go through the same BS carousel that we always go through. 6-11, that's spitting on my grave right there.
I'm so
But
sorry.
you good. I'm playing, bro. But
I am.
I think 9
Are
and
you?
8, once again, I think the Saints will go in, do the same mentality. We'll be begging for someone or some teams to lose games towards the end, and we gotta win games. We're gonna win. We're gonna lose a lot of games we should win, right? And of course, we're gonna probably win some games we should lose.
Fair.
So, but we're gonna win. We're gonna lose more games than we should win, than vice versa. And that's always been the issue. We don't have any consistency. We don't have a what is our identity, right? Ever since Drew Brees left, right? Drew Brees held it down. Even when he lost his arm, he was so damn accurate that when he dropped back, you feared. So you didn't know what he was going to do. That's why Alvin Kamara had such great years, and Mark Ingram with a dynamic duo and running back. It's not a coincidence. Ever since Drew Brees retired, Kamara has not had a great year yet, right? It's no coincidence. Derek Carr has really hurt us. He came down strong towards the end of the season, but it was almost too little too late. Hopefully he can carry that on to this particular season. Our defense is going to keep us in a ton of games. It is going to come down to Derek Carr and our putrid receiving core. Outside of Olave and Rashid Shaheed, we don't have anybody at receiving. I'm sorry. People, Saints fan might like this guy or that guy. I'm not buying it. It's going to come down to can our O-line, which is not good, hopefully we get better, but our running game has to get better, but it only starts with our O-line, rough, tough, and scruff. We don't have that mentality,
No.
and we had that for the Drew Brees days. On top of Brees being an accurate thrower, we don't have that anymore in New Orleans. Until we can get our running game back up, our defense is going to fight tooth and nail for another mediocre season. Literally 9-8, another one of those seasons, and unfortunately, that still might not be enough to fire Dennis Allen. They're gonna say we're right at the doorstep. We're right at the doorstep, baby. Just
We're right
one
on the
more
doorstep.
win. We need one win to get to. So he had his best season as a head coach, record-wise, 9-8. So all right, I
Yep.
get that. Now you're hoping to only trend upward, right? We'll see. But as of right now, the roster, I'm looking at it. I don't see where we can get double-digit wins. That'll be nice, but I think I'm with Affinity. We fight, and fight, but we come up short yet again. I think we win our last game to fall short, though, once again.
That's fair.
Yeah, so.
I do have to keeping it real. I do apologize. Hopefully, one of those wins are against the Eagles. I do feel bad. Obviously, a lot of
Hey,
people.
do not
I know
feel bad,
are
TJ.
Saints
You
fans,
better hope we
um,
get our ass whipped by the Eagles.
but yeah, everything you said, I completely agree with. I don't have faith in Derek Carr. I don't have faith in your head coach. I don't have faith in your offense at all. Even though you have Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, your defense, okay. I know they're saying Chase Young was the steal of the offseason and all that kind of stuff, but
He looks good, by
it,
the way. He looks damn good.
it does look good. I'll give you that. But
He looks
you
damn
said
good.
it. You said it. You brought it out. If your offense is that putrid, then that's not going to help
Yeah,
the defense at all.
I
And
I think we'll balance each other out, unfortunately, in a bad way.
yeah, maybe I was going 6-11, as in I see you benching Carr for
For Rattler?
your Rattler week 8, maybe week
Yeah,
9,
I say he's got 5 weeks to prove, but I'm
5
still
weeks.
5 weeks. If now don't get it twisted. If we're 1-4 by week 5, I think Dennis Allen is getting fired.
There, no, I
I
agree,
think because
and
our early schedule is too damn soft,
it
right?
is.
Our early schedule is too damn soft to be to have a 1-4 or 1-5 kind of start. If that happens, yeah, Dennis Allen should be gone. They should be
No,
gone.
absolutely. I have no faith in him. And I know we had literally, it was crazy. We had the whole conversation when he took over, and obviously had a lot of hype and all that kind of stuff, that he was the heir and up and coming to Sean Payton. Obviously, it shows no one knows, but I've just got, I just don't know. I've got a feeling that unfortunately that's going
Hey,
to be a record, and I feel sorry.
hey, if whatever it takes to get Dennis Allen out of there, I'm fine. If it's 6-11,
That might
that should be
be
enough to get him out of there.
a good enough pick for a new QB. Shadir Sanders, maybe?
6-11. He might be the number 3 or 2 quarterback. I think Carson Beck will be number
But
1 from Georgia. So
if you look back at I go back to the earliest of the video, look back at our previous records, not a lot of teams have got a lower record than you.
to me,
Like, well, look if you look back at our earlier in the stream, 6-11, if you go by mine, is maybe 5th pick.
oh yeah. So I'm saying yeah, you're right. You're right. Shador might be the number 2 or 3 quarterback to come out of the draft. I know number 1 is
True.
probably going to be Carson Beck from Georgia. Then after
Yeah.
that, Shador might be the number 2 quarterback, depending on where he's being picked at. So who knows?
True. And if we move on to the next thing, the Panthers aren't going to pick a QB, so that pushes
No,
him
our
further
early
down.
schedule is not soft. The only one, Panthers, how keeping it real. Dawg says Panthers winning 7 games. All right, whatever. Okay, I'm good with that. Since Carr not getting benched, you probably right about that too. But our early schedule is not soft. You said how you start with the Panthers and then end with the Broncos. I mean,
Yeah, but you do have to choose
Come
Cowboys
on,
and
like
Eagles.
Cowboys, Eagles. I get that, man, but we always play the Eagles tough, no matter what. We always play the Cowboys tough when we're healthy, right? And then the Falcons, it's a rivalry. The Chiefs, that's my only concern for real. Like the Chiefs might come in there and mollywop us. But yeah, it's a soft-ish schedule. As we lost TJ, we'll get it right back, y'all. We'll get him right back. Sorry, TJ. There you go.
Sorry about that. That's
Uh,
weird. I haven't had that in a while.
nah, hey,
Sorry.
better now, I guess, than than earlier. So he said, "Oh yeah, and the paper champions Falcons." Yeah, so I think Carson can be benched by Dennis Allen. He won't do it. He will not bench Derek Carr. You know,
Dennis Allen needs to be fired
yeah.
before Carr is benched.
So we can go to the Panthers now. I guess since Dolph got him at 7 wins, I don't know where that comes from, but hey, I hope a lot of those come against the Falcons and the Buccaneers, not the Saints. That's all I ask for. Beat those teams, don't beat us. I'll tell you what though, if New Orleans, which I will be in that game, if New Orleans lose against the Panthers week 1, season is over. It's done. I'm done.
Wow.
I'm calling it done for the year already. I'ma still watch. I'll still support because I'm a diehard Saints fan. But if we lose week 1 against the Panthers, season done. Go ahead, fire. Go ahead, fire Allen. Bench Carr. Just start a rebuild right now, dog. It's over. It's over.
Trade all your assets.
Trade all assets. Let's get younger. Let's get more draft picks. Let's just. If we lose the Panthers week 1, I'll be so heartbroken. I'll be so heartbroken. Oh man. Anywho, let's get to it, man. So the Panthers, I got them at 2-15. You got them at 5-12, which that's great. Good job.
Yeah.
It was tough sweating trying to find wins for these teams. You know. And yours is more probably going to happen more towards my 2 wins. They can't win 2 wins or less in back-to-back years, right? So.
Yeah, I hoped, because obviously I don't think he's played this preseason. Young's improvement, new head coach, hopefully. I know they haven't played Thielen at all. I think he might be up for trading. I don't know who would trade for Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
The roster isn't the best, but this is more hope that Young takes a step forward.
Oh yeah, I see improvement. Infinity. It's almost like going from a negative to a 0, right? Yeah, that's the improvement though. Like they're gonna get better, but still they just don't have the team. If Bryce Young, I gotta see it to believe it. If he can go a full 17 games and be dominant, and I don't see that in him right now. He's still too frail, still too fragile, and still too small. And I hate saying that, but I say frail because there's a lot of small guys but thick in stature. That's not Bryce Young. And until he get more LBs in him, man, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Could you keep talking for a bit?
Yeah, I don't see it. So as far as the Panthers are concerned, my only thing is like, if you do go 2-15, are we looking for another quarterback? And I'm trying to find out. All right, Infinity. I asked you this. Hold on. PJ asked a question. She said, what is the ceiling for Carolina? Obviously, it sounds like Dolph's ceiling is 7 wins because he's got him at 7 wins, right? That's got to be the ceiling. She said, what is the ceiling for the Panthers? I think for me personally, the ceiling for Carolina is what TJ has, 5 wins. I think that's their ceiling, 5 wins, right? I don't see where the talent is. Got a decent defense, but they did lose Burns, right? They did lose Burns to the Giants. Decent defense, but all I'm trying to say is I don't see where the scoring comes from. That's my only issue. The scoring is going to be tough. I mean, who do they get? Who's going to be that top-tier playmaker, right? Adam Thielen was nice, but Thielen is not a number 1 receiver. He could probably still play a feasible number 2 receiver and a great 3, but he is not a number 1. I know they got the young kid out the draft to play receiver. I still don't see it how this makes them a really decent team as far as getting more than 4 or 5 wins. So
sorry about that.
No, you're good. So that's why hey, I'm gonna ask you this question too, TJ. What is your ceiling? What's the ceiling for Carolina?
I heard. I'm gonna have to say max ceiling. Everything goes well. They win games. I'm gonna go with 7 wins like Dolph.
All right. No.
I think the average is 5.
I'm scared that's not Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph Ziggler for them might be 9 wins. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait
No,
a
is it 9
minute.
wins though? Surely not 9 wins.
No, no, no.
If you say 9 wins, whatever you're smoking, I want
Yeah, facts.
it.
Hillbilly Hitman says Panthers offense can't score and defense can't pitch shutouts. Bad combo. Yeah, it's a bad combination. But we'll see though. Look, I'm rooting for the Panthers and I am rooting. Believe it or not, I am rooting for Bryce Young. But sometimes you just gotta be honest with yourself. And I hate being like that, but on this show, we don't lie. We don't sugarcoat nothing. We feel how we feel, and whatever happens, happens. I really feel like the Panthers.
Destroyed.
I feel like Bryce Young is just not gonna. I feel like I'm gonna say this right now. This might be Bryce Young's last year in Carolina.
That I heard that sentence. That was. Thank you. There you go, Dolph. See, yeah, we think the same. Saying they move on from the number 1 overall pick after this year.
I mean,
me is
the way the market is now these days, they're giving you 2 years. They're giving you 2 years.
Number 1 overall pick.
Which I said, dude, in any other draft is a 4th round pick. I was like, I don't like Bryce Young in this draft. He just because the draft is so quarterback, the NFL so quarterback heavy, they made this dude the number 1 overall pick. I was like, it's not even close between him and Stroud, although I didn't think Stroud would be that good either. But I was wrong about Stroud. But still, I was like, yo, any other year, this dude's like a 4th round pick, bro. Like, come on.
Oh,
What are we doing here?
damn.
What are we doing here?
Now I'm not that high on the gas from dentists.
Oh, I knew it was something, man. My man. Hey, you meant to hit 2, not 7. Oh man, I knew it was something with Dolph, man. Let's go, man.
Oh, brilliant.
I said, and I think Dennis Allen should get fired, but Gail Benson just won't do it. Shit, someone gonna put in the ear. Fire that man. We got it. It is playoff or bust for the Saints, for real. Playoffs or nothing. It's done. Like, Here we go. Let's go on to our last division now. The NFC North. Ladies and gentlemen, we have which could be one of the more fun divisions.
Yes.
That all depends on Caleb Williams, in my opinion. Because we know what we're most likely going to get from the Packers and from the Lions. And I like the fact that we kind of got the switcheroo going on. I've got the Packers and the Lions, but I got the Packers win the division. I think Packers win both games against Detroit.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I think Packers sweep the Lions. I could be dead wrong about that. But as I was going through everything, because mind you, I don't know how you did your picks, TJ, but I literally went game for game.
I did game for game. I do openly admit I lost track on who I went.
No, I got a tally. I got my paper, and I got every team already set up, wins, losses, and I just go by it one at a time.
See, I started with the 2 divisions. I used my fingers, and then realized in the 3rd division that I can't remember what they said.
I used my fingers.
I used my fingers, and realized I have made a mistake. So I just then went with every team's what I think when win, and then realised I might have given some teams the same loss, some teams the same win. Yeah, so it's not the strongest. I admit, my bad. I dropped the ball here. But
no, you're good. You're good.
I still think both these teams are, both the Lions and the Packers, are going to be fighting for that number 1 spot in the North. Obviously, I have them winning 2 more games against the Packers, and you have them on the same record. You're pulling the same record thing again, but I take the Packers have the same conference.
Yeah, Packers, but no, I got it because the Packers sweep the Lions. I had the Packers sweeping the Lions.
Ooh,
I got to win both games. One in Detroit, one in Green Bay.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough. Which is crazy because I know about your Super Bowl. certain things, potentially spoilers.
You
Um,
do know about the Super Bowl. You do.
I
So
know about the Super Bowl, and
yes,
that's a
sir.
bit shocking to me. But you've always been very high on the Packers. Even last year, they were your dark horse
There, I
picks.
had them going
Not
to the
even
Super
dark
Bowl.
horse. You had them
I
going to
have
the
them going to the
Super
Super.
Bowl.
I had Packers versus Bengals.
Yeah, you did. You did. You did.
I had a feeling, which kind of happened. I figured Jordan Love was going to struggle early, get his footing, and then make it hot like an Eli Manning kind of run in the playoffs. That's what I felt like was going to happen. Because mind you, outside of the Niners, there wasn't that one tier team that was gonna like be dominant outside of San Francisco. So I figured, man, the Packers might have a shot to like kind of cruise to the playoffs and then maybe get lucky and not play the Niners, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I felt.
No, which is fair. Which is fair. I the reason why I chose this, I felt like the Lions roster is just a tad better. You've got Goff, a bit more experience. Obviously, Gibbs, Hooker, Montgomery. Obviously, Amon Ross, St. Brown, James Williams. Obviously, is it Laporte, their tight end? Yeah, Laporte is their tight end. Everything was cooking on gas. Both these teams potentially have beaten the 49ers. Green Bay got close, and the Lions got close, beat the 49ers last year. I think Niners good. I personally think not nine. I think the Packers are a good team as well. I personally think that going from Aaron Jones to Josh Jacobs might be a step back, but I think you and I like this could go either or. I could be right.
Yeah,
You
I
could be
mean,
right.
I think both teams are gonna go to playoffs. I think both teams are gonna have some really great moments this year. I like the development by Jordan Love. I like the receivers aren't going anywhere. I love it, man. Um, and I feel like the Packers are gonna be, that love train is gonna keep
That
on
love train.
chewing. As
That love train.
Dawg says, love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here anymore. Said love heavily overrated. Packers miss playoffs.
Ooh.
Hey, we'll find out.
He
You
has it going.
abandoned me, and love don't
He
live
has.
here anymore. Damn.
He has it going. Lions, Bears, Packers, Vikings. And talking about that's
Whew.
wow.
Well, okay. Well, let's get into that Bears talk now. Caleb
Yeah,
Williams. We see. Look. The franchise is. It's not every day where you get a number one overall pick, but during the offseason, you give them crazy weapons.
oh,
Keenan Allen,
absolutely.
who's been there, done that, right? Injuries is the only reason why Keenan Allen isn't more of a Mike Evans talk, right? Because of injuries. And then you give him DeAndre Swift, right? The
Hmm.
first time ever in one offseason that a team has gotten a 100 reception player and a 1,000-yard rusher in the same offseason. First time
Yeah,
ever.
yeah,
So you had Allen with 100 catches, and you had then you have Swift with the 1,000 yards rushing. On top of that, DJ Morris, no slouch at all, right? They got a good tight end in Komet.
yeah,
And the last about 8 games of the year, they had arguably the best defense points per game. So now you add in Caleb Williams, who I'm saying he could be the next quote unquote Pat Mahomes, his style of play. This Bears team, I got them at 7-10, but I think their ceiling is the playoffs. Their ceiling is the playoffs. 9 wins, 10 wins tops. If they can come in here, they have a slightly easy schedule, but it does get kind of hard towards the middle for Chicago. I had them with a free fall, honestly. I had them like a 4 or 5 game losing streak somewhere in that middle. It started off pretty decent, and then it kind of fell flat in that middle, and they kind of got back on track towards the end, but it wasn't enough. Obviously, 7 wins only. You got to be 8 wins, so we're kind of thinking similar. I think this team.
yeah.
My only issue. Do you know what the only issue is that can stop Chicago?
What is it?
Their home field, where they play at.
Really? You don't like Soldier Field?
No, when it gets cold and
You
nasty
hate
and
Chicago.
dirty and wet. You got a kid from USC, Southern California. My man has probably never played in anything below 30 in his life. Right? That's the issue. You're gonna really lean on your defense towards the end because now when you got, I mean, I've been there, I've done that. I know Chicago in December, bro. It's horrible out there. You know what I'm saying? And this comes from a guy that was raised in Anchorage, Alaska. It is horrible. It is brutal. My whole thing is, how will they react? How will Caleb Williams react to playing in Chicago in December and January when the games really, really, really count, right? When we need that big time third down. Thank God he can run a little bit, right? He can ad lib because if he couldn't, good luck with that. That wind is crazy, and there's a reason why there has never been a 4,000-yard passer in Chicago. That includes Jay Cutler, who threw for 4,000 yards with the Broncos. You know, it's just impossible. What might be impossible to throw for 4,000 yards. Hence why they're getting a dome in a couple years started. So, yeah, he started at Oklahoma. I get it. So you're right about that. He was at Oklahoma, but still, it don't get that damn hot in Oklahoma. Nah, it don't. It does not get that hot in Oklahoma at all. So I'm saying, like, it doesn't get that cold in Oklahoma. Excuse me. It doesn't get that cold out there. It can get cold. I get it. It can get cold to 30 and 20, but that's usually around December, January. My man wasn't playing in no January or big time games in for Oklahoma at that time in cold weather games. It just wasn't happening like that. So they not only does he got to get used to that, but also the team as well. The receivers, though, those cuts aren't the best cuts anymore. The running game, you got to lean on that, right? You got to lean on the running game. You got to lean on your defense. And can they do that? Because the offense, man, good luck. Good luck.
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. It's just it was Mike Williams, right? They signed. You said
Hillbilly Him says, I went to boot camp outside Chicago. It gets miserable.
you really dislike Chicago. I know you
No,
said you had a good time last there, but
I
you
love Chicago.
disagree with the weather.
It was just too damn cold, bro. And I'm negative 13 degrees. I couldn't feel my fingers. My eyes couldn't open. I was shivering. I had like 3 bundles of like thick jackets on and had to walk backwards. Yo, I went to the game, Cowboys versus Bears. I left in the third quarter. And it was a close game. I said, man, hey, hell with this. I'm out. I can't.
It
Hey,
was just too
taxi,
cold.
taxi. Get me out of here. I couldn't do it. I don't know how the hell they do it in Chicago, man. And that is called the Windy City for a reason. So that's my only
What
issue with Chicago is, can they play big boy football at the end? I don't know yet. And that's where I think their downfall is for this particular year.
which is fair. What is minus 13? Ah, ah. You saying it was minus 13?
When I was out there, it was minus 13.
Yeah. No, screw that. Minus 25 Celsius? Nah, I'm not leaving the house. I'm not leaving my bed.
It was minus freaking 13 degrees when I was out there, bro. It was bad. It was bad. If you see that footage from it was Monday Night Football, they were showing guys squeezing the water bottles and nothing came out. It was all frozen. Everything was frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's way below zero.
Everything
Like,
was frozen. It was bad, man.
absolutely ridiculous. Okay, no, I understand how that makes a massive like that is
You have
understandable.
to lean
Like
on
you
your.
chose that,
Can they lean on their running game and their defense? That's
but
gonna determine them and determine how far they go in this NFC North.
my thing is, have you seen the size of Keenan Allen?
Yeah,
He is big. He
he's a big
looks like a
dude.
tight end
He's
out
a big
there.
dude. He's a big dude. Yeah,
Man,
Allen has always been great. You know, it's his thing. His thing is he has just got to stay healthy. That's his only problem. When he's healthy, he's amazing. His route running is beautiful. His hands are amazing. He just got to stay healthy.
no, it's fair. Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with everything else. It does seem Justin Fields must be a bit miffed. Like, there was the number 1 pick a couple of years ago. They did nothing. And then the moment they get Caleb Williams. It's like, here's all the support you can have. It's
Yeah,
like, seriously?
but my thing is though, you want to maximize your quarterback. I think Justin
Yeah.
Fields would not take advantage of that. His inability to throw the football is why he's no longer the quarterback.
No, yeah, no, I agree.
That's why Caleb Williams can throw that thing. He can throw. He can zip it. Fields
He
cannot.
does look good in
Fields
preseason.
cannot do that. But I mean, watching Hard Knocks and all that, he looks good in practice, training camp, preseason. I mean, the buzz is real. And I feel like 7-10, although it might not feel the same way for everybody else, I think that's a good year for the Chicago Bears. 7-10, in my opinion. 8-9 for you, like you said, you got 8-9, so you got them better than me.
Yeah, like I feel like the support is real for Caleb Williams, and I've liked what I've seen of him in the preseason.
Well, we got one more team to discuss now. We'll be brief with this. We're over 2 hours now. So, the
Oh,
Minnesota
really? Just 2
Vikings.
hours?
They lose their first round quarterback for the year. What a torn meniscus, something like that. What was it?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And
Tom Meniscus.
which I look, he wasn't starting in my opinion, anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. I think 2-15. It might be a little harsh,
It is.
but it was still tough. I mean, it was tough to find wins for this team, though. I'm not gonna lie, and I can almost guarantee over under 2.5. They're going over. They'll get 4 or 5 wins probably, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it, man. I couldn't find the wins. I just couldn't. My man, Jefferson's gonna be hot this year. He gonna be hot.
They will.
He gonna be pissed off. You know.
They have such good weapons. Aaron Jones, Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. I know TJ Hawkinson starting the year on IR. They have Muse and Maddox. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. At the moment I heard Nick McCarthy's out, I have no hope in Sam Donald.
Well, I mean, Sam Darnold. I mean, they really wanted a quarterback like him. They said we want a bridge quarterback. Who's going to be that guy that we know can play for 1 year and 1 year only? Let's get Sam Darnold because he has potential. Whatever. Yada yada
Sam
yada.
Donald ain't a bridge quarterback.
No,
Colt McCoy is more of a bridge quarterback than Sam Donald.
yeah, last time I heard Darnold was seeing ghosts, right?
Yeah, precisely.
Seeing ghosts.
He went to Carolina. People assumed that was the problem, so he was no longer in the Jets. He sucked in Carolina. Then he went to, I don't know where, I think it was the Niners.
Yeah, he did. Yep, San Francisco as a backup.
He almost won a ring with the Niners doing nothing.
Not a near nutter.
And now he's the starting QB for the Vikings. But I have no hope for Donald.
Hillbilly said we had days at -10. We had to shovel snow and ice before we could go to PT. God, dog. Before you could physical train? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't like the way that sounds. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Absolutely not. I didn't realize it got that cold up there. I think that might be colder than all of the UK.
Yeah, it get cold out there. It get cold. Oh no, one day I was out there. It was -17 one day I was out there, but I stayed in the house all day though. I went outside for a second to get a little breeze in because sometimes the house got too damn hot. So I said, well, if I go outside for 3 minutes, I can go inside for 5 hours because I'll be a ball of ice.
So this is the coldest the UK has ever got was in 1982, and that was -15 Fahrenheit.
Jeez. Yep,
Yeah,
Chicago beats out on a daily basis, man.
Scotland was -17.
Hell, I was in Louisiana one day. I think the coldest I've ever had in Louisiana was negative. We had a crazy ice storm that came through. It was like -12 degrees. Was like the coldest day I've ever been in Louisiana, and that was manageable because we didn't have the wind though. It wasn't a lot of wind with it. See, Chicago issue is it has the cold with the wind, so that wind is whipping you. Like honestly, I'm not even BSing. -13, 14, 15 without wind is still fine. It's cold, but it's still fine. Right? I can walk normal. I can talk normal. When you talk about the wind swirling and slapping you, oh, that's where it gets bad. That's where you cry. Like you start to cry. Like I
That's
was,
where you
bro.
cry.
Yeah, I bet they. Chicago is a wind. It's a lot of wind. It's slapping you, and you gotta walk backwards.
So now I've got a question, Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Louisiana, where you from? Where you are? Well, you're not from. You're technically from Alaska, but where you currently reside, what is the coldest you think it's ever been in Louisiana? Bit off topic. I apologize for that.
Like in Lake Charles or just Louisiana period.
Louisiana, what do you think the lowest recorded temperature in Louisiana is? And
I
if
would.
I'll give you bonus points for the date.
It's I'm not gonna get that. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna say 1967. All right, that's the year. I will give you the year. As far as the coldest day ever, it's got to be North Louisiana because that's close to Arkansas, so that it gets cold out there. It actually does snow in North Louisiana a little bit. So I'm gonna go up
Wow.
there. It's probably I'm gonna say negative. I'm gonna say negative 28.
Ooh, well, Louisiana's lowest recorded temperature was in February the 13th, 1899,
God damn.
and it was a record of minus 16 Fahrenheit.
Mine is 16.
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
Damn.
In
Damn.
Minden. Minden?
Minden, Louisiana? What the hell is that at?
Yeah,
Where is that,
on
Dolph?
February 13th.
Where's Minden, Louisiana at? Is that,
Minus 3.
ain't no -3. I've been out here. It was -11 in Louisiana. At my job, we had a cold front, and we can't handle the cold, so we need proper things to warm stuff up at our plant. So they called me
Yeah.
out there to do a 24-hour shift kind of thing to warm up these
Yeah.
these power plants and all that to keep it warm, to keep eye on it, right? And that day was like a -11, -10. It was crazy, yeah. But -16, wow.
Negative 16 is the coldest it's ever been in Louisiana. 1899.
I thought it'd be like a -20 something. Okay, but yeah. It gets cold out there, man. It gets cold everywhere, honestly, except for California. I don't think it ever gets cold in California. Jesus.
So
Yeah.
Louisiana has been colder than the UK.
Yes. Yep. Because every now and then we get that cold from because after Louisiana and Mississippi and Georgia, that three-headed monster where it never really gets cold at. That's the only 3 states that doesn't really get any kind of cold, like per se on because Texas, North Texas. Oh my goodness! I mean, it snows all the time in North Texas, Dallas. Dolphin, no, it's snow in Dallas.
Yeah, I know Texas is having some wild weather. They had a couple of snowstorms.
Yeah,
Which
it
shut down the
snows in
entire
Dallas.
state.
It snows in Oklahoma. It snows out there, man.
So what I found out is I have no reason to moan to you about the weather at all because the UK doesn't get anywhere near as hot as Louisiana, and the
Bro.
UK doesn't get anywhere cold as Louisiana.
It is almost 9 o'clock p.m. It is 83 degrees outside, and that's a good thing for us. That's a good day. That's a good degree. 83 degrees at 9 o'clock. Because usually when it's a hot day, it's 90 at 9 o'clock p.m.
What is the current temperature in the UK? Fair enough. It is 3 in the morning. Reject all. I don't want cookies.
Dawson showed us snow out there in Dallas. I've been out there when it snowed in Dallas one time. I was out there a long time ago. I was a teenager. We could visit some family members and it was snowing. I was like, yo, it's snow in Texas? I was confused. They was like, yep.
It currently is sitting at 57.2, and I'm going to bed with a fan on tonight.
That's crazy. 57. That's beautiful, man. I'm jealous.
I'm hot right now. I'm
Oh my goodness, you hot?
I'm hot.
Shut the front door.
I'm hot.
This dude said he's hot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
My man said he is
57.2.
hot.
I'm going to bed with a fan on. That's how hot I am.
I'm going to bed with a multiple fans. And because my AC unit is broke right now, the worst time to have a broke AC unit. So we got
Yeah,
buku
that
fans.
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Right now in my house, it's probably currently 84 degrees in my house. 85 is hot, but we got a lot of fans though, so we're good. But
85
oh
degrees in
yeah,
your
don't
house.
oh yeah. Oh, it gets if we had no fans, it'll be a miserable time.
So the hottest it's going to get tomorrow at midday is 78.8, and that'll
Oh.
be close to unbearable.
You know what? Screw you, TJ. Screw you.
Move to the UK. Apparently,
Oh my,
you're
screw
supposedly
you.
used to universal
Unbearable.
healthcare, easy weather.
I was in Chicago and it was 80 degrees. It was the best thing ever.
Oh
I
no,
said,
really?
Lord, it felt so good in Chicago, man. That breeze and it was 80 degrees. I loved it. I know right now my folks in Louisiana, we burning at 107 right now. Burning
No,
up.
no,
But
no.
we only have about 2 months left. I always say Halloween is always the start for cold weather. Yeah, so we got 2 months left of this BS. And then
Yes.
we'll have about 5 months of nice, decent weather, and then it's back to being hot as hell again. Oh, I hate it.
Same.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
5 degrees Celsius. I no time out. I quit. I was considering moving to Louisiana. I'm sorry, no.
Hey! As long as your house has AC, it's fine.
Ah,
Long like we
yeah.
keep the house like my house is always at 68 degrees.
Okay. Yeah.
My
No.
house is always at,
Nowhere.
but my AC broke a couple weeks ago, so I've been dealing with this.
This sucks.
Yeah, but outside of that, it's as long as you have your central air working fine, you'll be fine. Now that light
Yeah.
bill might be high as hell because yeah,
Uh,
Louisiana's stupid about that.
yeah. Not. No houses in the UK have AC.
Oh
Cars
no,
do. Only
no,
occasionally you'll find
we
shops
need
that
it,
will.
brother. We need it. We need it. We got to have it.
No, it makes sense if you've got
Yeah,
107,
you got to have the house.
41
My
degrees.
house stays at 68 degrees, man. So we have about 3 weeks of cool weather. The rest is miserable hot. Hillbilly, where you from, man? Where you from? I'm sorry if you had answered that already, man. And guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on our way out. We're about to be out in just a few more moments.
We did go off topic.
We dig all topic, but we're very good at doing that. Matter of fact,
What's Georgia? Because Georgia seems nice.
No, Georgia's hot too. I just told you, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana. I told you, man. That the three, that then the three, Texas, Georgia. I'm sorry, South Texas, South
Okay.
Texas. Hell, South Texas, East Texas, and West Texas. Hot AF. North Texas is where it's at, where Dolph is. It still get hot out there, but when it gets cold in North Texas. But Texas can still get hot. Yeah. Tampa Bay area. Oh yeah, you're right here, Billy. I'll tell you what though. I've been to Florida. I've been to Orlando a lot. I've been to Tampa Bay for one night, and it did rain that one night I was in Tampa Bay. But every day I'm in Florida, it rains all the time. On top of that, the thing about it though, when it rains, it gets hot again. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh,
Oh, and you have this big old sun. It's hot outside, and it rains. It doesn't necessarily get cold, but the sun is gone. But when the sun comes back, it comes back for a vengeance. Oh Lord! So I can't live in Florida either.
no, I understand. I've
Tampa
been
Bay,
to Florida.
Tampa Bay is hot
Florida's
though.
hot. Thank you, Dolph. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
dog, we
Great.
appreciate it, man.
Love the layout,
Right,
you
right.
guys. I appreciate it. I did send you an email, Dolph. Please.
Oh yeah,
I
hey,
really.
Dolph, check out your emails, man. TJ been sending you emails.
I did
Uh,
send you a Facebook message as well, but you
and he's
don't know
also on
your
Facebook.
Facebook.
Send you message. I'm trying to retalk because he might be high as hell on his gas right now. So I'm just trying. Yeah, but check your email though, Dolph. TJ's been trying to reach out to you.
Yeah,
So I live about 25 minutes from Raymond James State. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
let's
yeah.
go, man.
Okay,
That's dope,
okay.
man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, so it does get hot in Florida. So Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. Uh-uh.
Georgia don't look too bad. Approximate daytime is from 50 to 70. It looks like I'm moving to Atlanta.
Man, it's hot in Atlanta right now. I'm telling you, man, don't do that to yourself. You can live half a year in Atlanta and then go somewhere else. Just go like 2 states north and you'll be fine.
Philadelphia.
There you go. You gonna be? I'm pretty sure it's cold out there too, though. It's cold, cold, cold out there.
yeah, it's very cold
He
out
said,
there.
"Okay, had two
That
winter
was,
teeth pulled today. Emergency. Oh Lord, dog, man, get well soon, brother."
oh gosh. Yeah, look after yourself. That
Jesus,
must
not one
hurt.
but two. I hope you off for a whole week, man, or longer from your job.
Ooh, 28 degrees.
I
Hot, hot, hot.
any last words, TJ? You want to get out of here?
Apologies for going completely off the rails.
That's how we do it, man.
That was that was our picks and predictions. I believe next week we might have potentially playoff predictions. Depends how that
Yes.
goes.
So next week,
Uh,
y'all, that's right. TJ's not lying. Next week we will have our playoff predictions, aka our Super Bowl winner predictions, our matchups as well, you guys. So stay tuned for that. I promise you that will not be 2.5 hours long. But we'll have that on top of our picks and predictions for week 1 of the NFL season. So stay tuned for
on
that.
top of,
On top of that, yeah. So we're trying not make it 2 hours long this time, but we're
we
probably
need.
lying to you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely lie. It's gonna be about 3 hours. We need to think of a bet, mate. We need to think of a bet to make it interesting.
Let's go. All right, we'll talk. We'll talk off screen in a couple of days.
How about the winner? The loser, sorry, has to buy the winner a jersey of their choice.
That's a bet.
That's the bet.
That's a bet. That's a bet. I like that.
That's the bet.
That's
You
a bet.
like that? It's not too expensive. About
Nah, that,
100.
seems just fine to me. Y'all heard it right here, man. The loser of our picks and predictions for the year will have to buy the winner a brand new jersey of his choosing. I did lose, and I had to pay for dinner for TJ last year. So
Thank you.
yeah,
And thank you for that. That was a lovely dinner in New
in New Orleans,
Orleans.
that's right. That's right. We had fun.
It was great. Had great gumbo.
He said which email, TJ?
It would be TJ Tracy, obviously, 23 Southgate Street. It was me responding to your previous email and realizing I had missed the opportunity to stream. But there was also an email asking, is there a way to contact you either by Facebook message or
I'm pretty sure
WhatsApp?
he's
Or
saying
anything
which
like that.
email did you email him at? What was his email?
Oh, goodness. Bear with me for 2 seconds whilst I look that
Oh,
up.
don't worry about it, man. Just go ahead and text me, and I'll text him.
It's just too. I don't get a lot of emails.
Lonely, I'm so lonely.
So, it was the email of keeping it real. Who dat sports podcast email.
All right, there we go. That's the one.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you the email on obviously the internet because it's your private data, but
Yeah.
that's the name that the email is attached to. So hopefully you see that. We just obviously communication and all that. I don't want to text you because we'll be broke within 2 weeks.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it, man. So we'll see you guys next week for our week 1 picks and predictions. On top of that, we will give out our Super Bowl winner and our playoff matches that we have for you guys next year. I mean, for this year, excuse me. So if you guys want to go back, we broke down every single division and their records. So we got some good ones. Where did we go right? Where did we go wrong? Let us know in the comments down below. Hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button. I want to thank y'all for being part of USC Nation. And, of course, join us for the NFL Podcast, Tuesdays with TJ, episode 42, hosted by myself, my homegirl PJ, who didn't speak at all in this match. She said,
Oh yeah, what's your records, TJ? Come on.
she said, Chiefs going to Super Bowl. That's all you got to know. Okay.
Ah.
All right. And to the right of me, the homie TJ Tracy, my good friend. He's out there as well. Hillbilly Hitman says, subscribe, y'all. Take care and stay safe. Yes, sir. We got a good one, y'all. Thank you, Hillbilly. Appreciate that, man. Come on anytime soon. Hit that notification bell to be notified every time we go live as well. For not just this, we also do live commentary and play-by-play reaction for numerous sports events. All right. For the homie TJ, I'm your host, Carla Clayton. Another episode of Tuesday with TJ, episode number 42. All sports fans, rep your team, and you know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace. Later, mama. Love you guys well. Have a blessed night. TJ, I'll see you when I see you, my brother.
Have a great night, everyone. Stay safe and stay well. See you next week.
That's right.